On this episode of Playlog, we're talking about a crap ton of indie games that we're excited to play in 2025. Hey guys, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast where we talk all things indie gaming. That sentence, if you pause that and play that slow, there's a bunch of vowels and consonants just tossed out of the sentence. That's what you get for talking fast. But of course, I can't talk indie games alone because that's super boring. So I've got my partner in crime, the Play Nice Kid themselves, Topher. What's poppin', homie?
I am doing okay. I was gonna take like the holiday season to catch up on my backlog from 2024, and then I ended up playing only one game.
You got to play games? I was working on a video. What the fuck? I didn't get to play any game. I lied.
Can you play any of the presents that you got?
I did on stream a little bit. Nice. I still have your gift card sitting. I think I'm going to use it on Cryptmaster. I think that's the plan. Nice. That's the plan. Nice. I got to play an hour of Dragon Age.
Oh, an hour?
Yeah, I played the tutorial. I said, that was cool. Let me get back to this. And then I haven't yet, so. Gaming. And then I got fucking Metaphor and Final Fantasy sitting over there on the shelf. I'll never get them done. So many JRPGs. No. I just want to play Final Fantasy 16. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, it's our first real episode of 2025 because we like pre-recorded the last one and we're like post holidays, whatever. How were your holidays? They good?
They were good. I took it slowly during the holidays. I had one family gathering, which was chaos, and then I had a good time with friends.
Hell yeah.
Playing board games. So
that sounds great. I wish.
How about yourself?
The day of Christmas, I was a little frustrated. I don't like company. I feel like a lot of things just like happened that made me like really stressed out. I'm like, I'm gonna go sit in my room for the last hour before anyone gets here because I am now, my social battery is immediately drained. I'm tired. Yeah. Something unplugged in my computer. I apologize, everybody. Don't know what that was, but it USB noised. You're gonna have to live with it. But yeah, like the family got here. It was fine. We did this like, I don't know if she saw us on Facebook or just made it up in her head, but it was like White Elephant meets beer pong, where like you have a bunch of gifts, everyone throws a ping pong ball, when it lands in the cup, you get the number, that's the gift you get. I feel like my mom saw this and didn't find out all the rules because there was no organization of this. Like, and we also got to see which of my family went to college, which I'm not gonna lie, because they don't watch this. It's like none of them. It's like me and my brother. You could tell who was good at beer pong and who wasn't. Like, it was just people that were just like chuck it and just fly away. I'm like, okay, you didn't. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So we spent probably like an hour of just watching a line of people just miss, get back in line, miss. You finally got one. Miss. It just get closer, move closer, land a shot. So that was a little annoying, but like we made the best of it. I will say next year, I'm like, Mom, let me help with the gifts because I think she bought very like non-gender neutral items. There was like lipstick and mascara. There was like a pair of men's gloves. Like it was just back and forth. There was like a coin purse with like little pink flowers and stuff on it. I'm like, I think we need things that are more universal for everyone. Cause I think my cousin Joe, big beefy dude in the army, he left with like a manicure set. And I'm like, I'm sure he can make use of it. I'm sure he could. He won't, but he could, so it's just I'm like, we could organize this better next year. We could do that, but no. Otherwise, holidays were good. A lot of just closing that door and sitting here alone to be like quiet with my games, and we like that. Well, editing, but our games.
Yeah, good times.
Always, guys. Let us know how your holidays were. We know we're into January now. We forget about the holidays, but just let us know how they were. Yeah. Before we get into the topic of the show or any quick indie news, let's run through some housekeeping quick. Real quick reminder, if you haven't seen it yet, I recently released my top 10 indie games of 2024 video alongside our top 10 indie games of 2024 podcast episode. So if you haven't watched or listened to those videos or podcasts yet, now is the time. So go check out our favorite indie games from last year as we prepare to kick off our brand new year of all these new indie games. You can find my top 10 here on YouTube, and you can find our top 10 on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, which other ones are there? Wherever, Castbox I think is the one. I just hit post and they go everywhere. I'm sorry, I have no idea where it all goes anymore. I think there's Samsung podcasts, which I didn't know was a thing, but I found that out from my buddy Latinos Against Spooky Shit, Jonathan. He mentioned it last night on our, I should plug that too, D Plus Ultra, baby. We're back with season 2 over on Crit Hit Chronicles Twitch channel. Every Tuesday night, we are streaming our My Hero Academia Kids on Bikes TTRPG series. I play Colt Campbell, the shy little boy with neon powers who's dating like this baddie in high school. He's at the prime, but he's so shy about it, so it's all good. But I'm having a blast. I've been having some struggles with. Dude, listen, cough over me again, we're gonna have some problems. But no, I've been having some problems with like our regular D&D campaign lately. I'm just not having as much fun as I wish we could. And then I was like, I can't wait for this D Plus Ultra, man. And we just got right into it. Had so much fucking fun. Oh my God, I love it so much. It's such a blast. Awesome. So much fun. And Kids on Bikes really easy. You just kind of talk, and every now and again you roll some dice, and it's like it's important to do still, but like it's just fun. It's just mostly role playing. I love it.
That's cool,
baby. But yeah, we just had our Christmas prom episode to make up for the villains invading the school. So that was the first episode of season 2. So we're having a good time.
Okay.
Anyway, that was off the script. Back on the script. Another quick reminder: as part of our podcast, we'll be doing our monthly book club, where we go back and replay some indie classics, or finally get around to some modern indies that we just haven't played yet. And with the holidays taking up the end of December, which I guess this point is irrelevant now, but I'm just keep reading it as it is. This book club will be a 2-month play session for the month of January. We'll be reviewing Hollow Knight because, guys, this has to be the year of Silksong. It just has to now. It has to be the year. Forge your own path in Hollow Knight, an epic action adventure through a vast ruined kingdom of insects and heroes. Explore twisting caverns, battle-tainted creatures, and befriend bizarre bugs, all in a classic hand-drawn 2D style. So, if you want to get involved in the episode, play the game this month and prepare on your preferred platform, and head over to our write-in form in the description and give us your thoughts on Hollow Knight for our January 28th episode of Playlog Podcast. You can join us live on twitch.tv/CGDannyB and be in the chat, or you can catch the upload a few days later on youtube.com/CGDannyB. Housekeeping done. Anyway, nice. If you ever want to add something in there, let me know too. We can put that in the housekeeping. You know, if you want to plug a article, or just be like, "Hey guys, so many games going on tour. Read my articles."
Going on tour.
Yeah, I don't know what that means exactly, but listen, dude,
reviewing games live on stage.
Yeah, exactly. This is the part of the show where you guys typically will read your writing questions. However, with the holidays, we ain't got nothing. It's all gone. It's empty. I just have Daphne stuff. We already read Daphne stuff. So we are in a brand new spot here. So go in that description, give us your questions, anything. We'll take it all. This is the fun little intro icebreaker bit. So give us what you got. However, Topher, you said you had a great question to fill this void. What you got for us?
Yeah, I was wondering, with the holidays now having come and gone, if you had to spend New Year's Eve inside a video game world, where would you celebrate going into the new year?
Man, so you like briefed me on the question before. I'm like, oh, that's a good question. I'm like, man, where would I go? What's the one? I feel like I want, not MMO. I'm not an MMO guy, but I'd want something that is that multiplayer online server type deal. I'm thinking like immediately I'm thinking Animal Crossing, but I'm like, it's an indie show, so I gotta find something different. But I thought Kind Words would be I feel like that game might already have its own vibe. Like Kind Words 2 might be the spot to be like, oh yeah, we have a New Year's celebration and do those kind of things. So that might be a really cool one to do it in. Yeah. You got any other thoughts? Which ones you be?
I was thinking Afterlife, the Night School Studios game. Where they After Party, it's called. I'm sorry.
Yeah, After Party.
Yeah. Celebrate the new year by partying with the devil.
Listen. I played it on Game Pass. I picked it up on PlayStation so I can go for the plot. I think I have it physical now. I bought it when our local game store was closing out, and their fucking limited run, that whole section went on sale. So I'm like, give me all of these.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it wasn't super cheap. I still spent like $200 on like 5 games, but like it was cheaper than it would have been.
Yeah.
Dude, After Party be lit. Listen, I need no, I was gonna say, what's Night School been doing? I'm like, they just said Oxenfree. Never mind. I was like, they ain't been doing nothing. I still have to play Oxenfree. That's gotta be a book club game. I haven't played either of them.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. The first one's been installed on my PlayStation for like a decade. I just haven't played it yet.
Okay. I will definitely make note of that.
Yeah, big thing. When they announce Oxenfree 3, we'll We'll jump on that. Watch out, Dr. Coke, whatever your name is. Timestamp. Anyway, we haven't done some quick indie news in a bop, Topher. Just because it's been quiet for the holidays, which means it's time to cover what's been going on in this indie space. We got 2 articles to talk about today. The first one being the former Annapurna leads take charge of Take-Two's discarded indie games. This one comes from, looking for Ash Parrish over at The Verge. The games published under Private Division, Take-Two Interactive's former indie label, are under new management. Bloomberg reports that the former employees of Annapurna Interactive have formed a new, as yet unnamed company that'll take over Private Division's game portfolio. Last year, Take-Two sold off their indie label to a then unnamed buyer that Bloomberg reported is Haveli Investments, a private equity firm based in Texas. Also last year, the staff at Annapurna Interactive, the games arm of Annapurna Pictures media company, resigned en masse, sparking question about the fate of its own portfolio of games. The resignation came from after negotiations to spin off Annapurna Interactive into its own independent company apparently broke down. Annapurna's former employees have come together with Haveli Investments to form a new company, and Bloomberg reports that Private Division's existing employees will face layoffs, but the details are currently unclear. The new company will oversee Private Division's existing and in-development titles, including the Lord of the Rings meets Animal Crossing game Tales of the Shire, due out in March, and Pokemon developer Game Freak's forthcoming game, codenamed Project Bloom. Quick for anyone who's just like, which one was Private Division again? Because I do that all the time. Big ones, Ollie Ollie World and the Kerbal Space Program games. They've also published things like Hades and Outer Worlds, but I think those have both found success in self-publishing, so not really the ones to pay too much attention to. Really, it's Ollie Ollie World and the Kerbal Space Program games will be in the hands of this new previously Annapurna lead run company. So, Topher, any thoughts on all this?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. Annapurna were doing amazing things, and I'm guessing that most of the people who were doing those amazing things have now made this move.
Right.
So the future looks bright, and I'm glad, because a game like Ollie Ollie World, really, like, that was one of my games of the year 2 years ago. I think they did Rollerdrome as well.
That sounds right. Yeah, I think that was Private Division. Yeah.
So they have some really interesting games in the back catalog now.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that they manage to find these new gems to publish in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And they mentioned, like, hey, whatever is unannounced, things that are still in development, so there surely be new things to come as well that we haven't heard about yet. Maybe sequels in these franchises, maybe just brand new IP. The few things to take away from the article that I think I want to point these out. I was always curious. They mentioned like Tales of the Shire and the new Game Freak game. I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. I'm not really interested in Tales of the Shire. It looks cute, but like, I've been burned on Lord of the Rings. Unless it's the Shadow of Mordor games, like that's all I really care about.
Okay.
But I'm like, okay, this looks cute. I think people really dig this one. And then Game Freak is the weird one where like all they do is really make Pokemon most of the time. The one time they made something different, which I think was Little Town Hero, I think technically falls under like the indie game space because it's not like a Nintendo, big exclusive type deal. Actually, I think it was exclusive, but nonetheless, one of their smaller IPs that just like they brought together. So I'm interested to see what Project Bloom is. But I think the big thing being the potential layoffs from existing employees at Private Division. I think that sucks. I think that's not chill. I hate to see what that looks like as far as like, is it Annapurna just coming in and cleaning them out? Are they finding a new position at previous, like at Take-Two Interactive already? Like, I'm not entirely sure what that's going to look like moving forward. I would love to see a space where these things just come together and everyone gets to keep their job, but knowing this industry, that's probably not likely. So
no.
Yeah. Fingers crossed we get a bunch of awesome new games that a bunch of people get to keep their jobs or find new ones as we move forward to see what's going on with these guys. So,
you know what would be funny though?
Yo, what?
If the Game Freak game was like Friendland, a Pal World ripoff.
You imagine they went that hard where Game Freak is like, let's rip off of us? Like, that'd be nuts. I'd love to see this is what I want from Game Freak. Whatever this is, I want it to be killer. because I want them to show that we can make something that doesn't run like ass like Scarlet and Violet did. Those games had no excuse for being as dog ass as they are. And I'm excited, not indie. I'm excited for Pokemon ZA, whatever you call the damn thing, that I think will probably be out this year. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know. I just want to see Game Freak show that they can make a game that's quality and not just based on the love of their IP, Pokemon. So
yeah, it would be cool to see the shackles come off.
Yeah, for real.
And to see them go like fully creative.
Yeah, I love it. Because Little Town Hero, I enjoyed enough. I didn't get super into it, but like I thought it was cute. I like the style, I like the direction of being like, let's make something different from Pokemon. But now we don't know until we know. But with that timestamp, on to our second headline of the episode and our final news here. Citizen Sleeper 2 will be the last Citizen Sleeper video game, but the series may live on elsewhere. This one's from Robert Perchesi, I apologize, over at Eurogamer. Citizen Sleeper creator Gareth Damon Martin has said their warm-hearted series of sci-fi video games will end with Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector, which releases 31st of January. Is that full game or is that early access?
That's full game.
Okay. For some reason, I kept saying early access, and I don't know where I made that connection somehow, but... however, Citizen Sleeper as a series of games won't necessarily end there. The intention, as Damon Martin laid it out to be at a recent interview, is to create a full tabletop role-playing version of the game and thereby hand over future adventures in the series to a TTRPG space that has so inspired it. Responding to whether that would if that would be it for Citizen Sleeper games after the sequel, Damon Martin replied, quote, "I think it is for video games. I'll leave myself a backdoor somewhere that I can climb through and dig it out of the grave again, but no. I think especially the ending, and I hope people feel this when they reach the ending. I really felt like, okay, this is me. Sorry, this is like a conversational thing, so it's hard to translate while reading it. I really feel like, okay, this is me saying the final word on it. I really like where I'm leaving it. I'm really happy with that. But Citizen Sleeper has meant a lot to a lot of people, and so I'm not about to leave that behind." End quote. Never mind, not end quote. They added, quote, "The next big project for me would be working on Citizen Sleeper tabletop game in full, but I need to find the right collaborator. I need to work that out, and I need to do that alongside other stuff. So that's something that'll be a more long-term project." End quote. Martin has collaborated with tabletop projects before. Their game In Other Waters was adapted for tabletop via a collaboration with Lone Archivist, and Citizen Sleeper was adapted into a solo tarot-based tabletop game with Alfred Valley's help. So there's a strong precedent there. The video game Damon Martin will make next is actually the game that they were pitching to publisher Fellow Traveler. We stand Fellow Traveler out here.
Yes.
Before development of Citizen Sleeper 2 began, it was the only runaway success. It was only the runaway success of Citizen Sleeper 1, now 1 million players and counting, that derailed those plans, turning Martin's head towards add-on content and eventually a sequel. Quote, "I was actually already pitching my next game, which was not Citizen Sleeper 2, to my publisher, that they said that's actually going to be the next game." And we could probably put on that one because I'm bumbling through this article. Anyway, you're a Citizen Sleeper guy. What do we I can't change my scene for some reason. We're stuck here.
Oh no.
We're back. But you're also the board guy.
Excited to see this. I'm excited to see this being translated to a tabletop RPG. Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting on my copy of Cycles of the Eye, the solo game that was mentioned. Okay. But I'm really excited. Obviously, the first game took a lot of inspiration from tabletop games. Mm-hmm. I'm really interested to see how they're going to make that translation back to tabletop games. Yeah. It's always interesting to see, like I had that with Slay the Spire, which is very much card-based, and I was still wondering how they would make that into a board game, and they succeeded wonderfully. So I have a lot of faith that this will be the case here as well. And I'm also just really excited to see whatever Gareth does next. Mm.
Yeah, I am in the spot, right? We have Citizen Sleeper 2 coming out. I was like, I want to play the first one before 2 gets here, and like when that happen, we'll see. I hope to. But something about getting it as a TTRPG, and I'm maybe slowly becoming a TTRPG guy. Like, I'm enjoying seeing all these different systems. Like, D&D has been like this is a fun once a week thing that I can get into and then totally forget about until Friday comes around again. But like I've done kids on brooms and kids on bikes. Hopefully this evolves into kids on capes when that's more readily available. At PAX Unplugged, I got to watch a whole thing for Daggerheart, which I'm like, these systems are all really cool and they're so different. I know I'll be participating in another TCRPG series that I can't say anything about right now, but I'll let you guys know when it happens. And I don't know the system for that, but that's another brand new system that I get to check out. I'm like, this is really cool. Which has made me interested in checking out like Cyberpunk and seeing like how that functions as a TTRPG. But now seeing this, where I'm like, I love the vibe of Citizen Sleeper, obviously not Cyberpunk, but the more like neon, spacey, or whatever, however you want to describe this visual genre of Citizen Sleeper, I think looks great. I think once I'd play the games to get a vibe for what like the characters are like and everything, I could find myself just like, okay, this is gonna be my character. I'm gonna do this, and I got lost in space, and then I found him. Like, I would just go all in on developing some character in this universe, which sounds super fucking fun. Sounds like it's a long time out, so I might have plenty of time to plan. But like, I'm all for this. This sounds fun as shit.
Yeah, it does. And you know, if you want to play it online on stream and you're looking for players, hi.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find out. Listen, I'm just saying, I don't know that I got the chutzpah for DM stuff. I know CGDannyB, CGDannyB is gonna happen, guys. It's just organizing people. Let me tell you, DMing couldn't be a lifetime. I don't know how y'all do it. But yeah, listen, if we got someone who wants to DM, because I definitely want to play, but also we can meander. We can figure this out, because I'm all in. Mm-hmm. That sounds fun. I have Steam pulled up, and I'm seeing how fish is made, and I don't know that I got distracted with whatever this is, but well, you know what? Hold on. Let's timestamp this. That was the news on the article. This is what I'm looking at right now, and I had Steam up for the main topic, but I don't know.
Is this the game from the people who made mouthwashing?
I was gonna say it's giving mouthwashing. Yep, wrong organ. Of course it is. Of course it's these guys. When did this come out? It comes out January 14th, but it's free to play? I think I just saw, free to play. Oh, maybe this is, the demo? Oh, from 2022. Never mind. This is old. Never mind. Okay, I see. So, yes, you can play that now if you want to see how fish are made. What an interesting thing we went down there. Anyway, I'll cut that down to I'll just say making fish. That'll be the subtitle. But now we're on to the topic of the show, Topher.
Yes.
It is a brand new year. We've spent all last year talking about these indie games and why we liked them and why we loved them and why they were game of the year and da. And you know what? We're done with that. Talking about games from 2024, over. No one needs that anymore. But you know what they do need is us talking about the new games from 2025 that we can't wait to fucking play.
Oh, yes.
Super, super excited. So we've both built a list of 10 most anticipated games as well as 5 honorable mentions. So you're getting 30 games here that we're going to talk about semi-briefly. Some of them might sink our teeth into. We're going to go. But I'm very excited for just looking at the list we have here. I'm like, fuck, 2025's got some bangers.
I know, right?
Look at this fucking list. But I've rambled enough, so how about you start?
Well, since we just talked about Citizen Sleeper, let's talk about Citizen Sleeper 2 Star Wars Go! Yeah! So as the sequel to one of my all-time favorite games, it obviously was going to be top of this list.
Yep.
In a similar vein to the first game, this is a dice-driven RPG where you are given pre-rolled dice every new cycle, and it's up to you on how you want to spend them. While the first game had your titular sleeper stuck on the Eye, the space station where the game took place, this sequel sees your new sleeper, it's a different character, equally on the run from certain people, but venturing out further into space. You take on contracts as you navigate across the Starward Belt as part of an ever-expanding crew, which allows for all new kinds of gameplay being introduced while staying true to the dice-based origins of the game. The original game focused heavily on the people behind the stories, and I'm hoping that the sequel will do the same. Having played the demo during the last Next Fest, I can confirm that it seems like developer Jump Over the Age will deliver as per usual.
Of course. Would you expect anything less?
Yeah. The artwork by renowned comic book artist Guillaume Saint-Gelin and the music by composer Amos Roddy both managed to set the stage beautifully, but it's the writing that will get you hooked, just like in the first game.
Damn, this shit looks so and like it's if I could put it into words, when you feel like something is so great you've never fucking touched it. Like this looks like it just itches every scratch that I could have in this moment, and this is now the idea of like, a potential TTRPG. I like TTRPGs now; those are pretty cool, right? I like this thing. So like, this just looks fucking awesome. The more that I look at it, I'm like, fuck, damn it, I gotta drop everything to play the first one. I gotta play. Like, I'm more excited for you to get your hands on this one, but I'm like excited that this one exists.
Oh yeah, I'm like, everyone who knows me has been like, oh, the end of the month is looking like a good time for you. I'm like, yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hang out. Just
I'm busy that day. I'm not coming out. I don't care if you get hurt. I'm not helping you move. I'm playing Citizen Sleeper. I'm busy.
Listen, in 2 days, like the 30th and the 31st, we're getting Spider-Man 2 on Steam.
Okay.
And Citizen Sleeper 2.
Damn.
The year is peaking for me already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't believe Spider-Man's gonna have such shitty sales that weekend. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be spending on Citizen Sleeper.
As they should, because Spider-Man 2 is the worst of the 3 Spider-Man games.
God damn.
There, I said it.
Shit. Just fuck. I really like
Spider-Man
2.
And I love Spider-Man 2, by the way.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's like it just doesn't hold up compared to the other two.
It's honestly, I need more miles.
Yes, exactly.
I like my Black Spider-Man. Put him in Rivals, everybody. But, but yeah, this one is January 31st, right? That's like the end of this month. So we just said that like 10 minutes ago, talking about the board game. I don't know why I asked that. Like I didn't know. My brain works slower than my mouth. It happens. But any thoughts on Citizen Sleeper 2 as we're getting into that one?
I am just so ready for it, and it's gonna take a lot for any other game this year to beat it for Game of the Year, I feel.
Ooh. That's always an exciting statement, right? Because like I got mine right now. I have mine that I'm like, this is gonna be my Game of the Year, and I'm saving that one for that because most of you know what it is, but you won't know until I say it. We're saving it. You gotta wait. But then you get like you get your Balatro, right? You're like, where the fuck did this come from? Like, there's gonna be a Balatro for this year that we don't know what that is. We don't know what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be so cool. When it gets here, we're like, oh, this is it. It doesn't have to be a deck building roguelike. It'll be something though that like nobody was paying attention to, and then everybody was paying attention to, and I can't wait to see what that is.
Oh, same, very much same.
Oh, am I gonna leave this as one section? I'll timestamp each one. We're good. Sorry, you're asking me a question?
I was asking about your first game.
Of course. I am very excited for this one. I think it was at an Xbox showcase at one point. I always assume it's an Xbox showcase. It's probably Steam Next Fest. That's also the other spot. That's a lie because there's a demo. Hold on, I got to download it quick, Topher. I didn't know there was a demo. Winter Burrow Winter Burrow is a cozy woodland survival game. You play as a little mouse and you're trying to. I don't entirely know the story yet, but I think you like leave and you come back home and it's this snowy survival game. It looks super, super, super fucking adorable. I am not one to hide how survival games are not my thing. Like very rarely do I have the itch to get in and just dive into one and stay there. But like, I just look at this one and this feels like one during the winter when it's snowing. Like I want to play this and I want it now. And now there's a demo. That's probably what I'm doing tonight after this is done exporting. But like, I'm so excited to play this one. It's got this beautiful, like, I always hate hand drawn because I feel like everyone describes everything as hand drawn. I'm like, how legit are we talking hand drawn? Like, what do we mean by that now? Because it means different things. But it's got this very like storybook art style to it. And you're basically roaming around this like snow covered forest. You're finding other animals. I'm assuming some of them are going to be hostile. It's a big ass bug. You're doing a little bit of combat. It looks like a fun, cozy time with a little bit of like maintenance of like, it's getting cold. You have to get by the fire so you're not like freezing to death, right? Or I think the whole goal is to like build a bridge so you can find your aunt, I think, if I recall from the trailer.
Okay.
Just one of the survival game. And there's a cool owl. Look at that.
God.
Sorry, outer listeners, you didn't get to see the cool owl, but there was a cool owl. I think he stole another mouse, so I'm sorry, but
yes.
But yeah, it's like so little that I know about it without getting my hands on it, and there's a fucking demo, baby. I can't say that enough. Now I gotta play the demo. Yeah, let me see. Does it not have a date yet? I think it. Okay, right now just 2025, no official date. Actually, let me just add to library. Boom. All right, we're good. But yeah, I think this one might have been at. I want to say I saw friends talk about it at PAX West. I wasn't there, but I feel like I saw that in the zeitgeist. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Big a lot. Big a lot.
I forgot about this one. Like seeing the footage, I'm like, oh yes, this game.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten about it. I love how it looks like a children's book come to life.
Yeah, and that's such a great style. Like I know a lot of games do it, and I don't know if it's just like it's a charming thing to it, or maybe it's a simpler thing as far as game development goes. Like it's easier to find that style and just do it. But like nonetheless, I think it always looks so cute.
Yeah.
And it's the weird thing, right? Where I think about the gamer boys. Like, I want to play my Call of Duty. I don't want to give me a fucking kids book game anytime. I'm all about it. I'm cool with it. Hook me up.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Looks adorable. Can't wait for Winter Burrow. Sometime this year, hopefully. We should also preface, these are indie games. This date potentially could mean absolutely nothing. This could be, they may not see this till 2026. So I think it'd be great if someone out there keeps track of these and just says like, hey, did this game come out? Sure didn't. And just let us know when we do this next year. Like, oh yeah, no, these didn't happen. Sorry. Your game didn't come out, buddy. But yes, Winter Burrow. Can't wait for that one. And now Topher, I pass the baton back to thee to talk about your next game.
Why, thank you. My next game is probably going to be the cozy game of 2025, unless Fields of Mistria gets its 1.0 release this year.
Ooh, okay. Listen.
But it's gonna be in the running.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah. Basically, you leave everything behind to open up your very own bookshop by the sea. It's not just any old brick building, though. That would be boring.
Of course.
No, your bookshop is a caravan, which you can place in a number of scenic locations. You get to decorate it to fit the aesthetic that you're going for. You recommend books to people to make them happy and to get to know all of the local townsfolk. This one, like, I played the demo and it, which is still up, by the way.
Oh, bet.
And it feels so good to play. You get to discover people's reading habits and find ways to offer everyone what they are looking for, all while making your bookshop completely your own. Yeah, the demo had me hooked, and I was sad to like have finished it. So I'm hoping this game gives hours upon hours of stories to dive into, like a good book.
I don't read. No, yeah, we played the demo I think it was probably during Next Fest. And I remember chat was just like, oh, is there manga in that bookstore? I'm like, I don't know. Let's tweet at the team. So we tweeted at the devs. I was like, hey, my chat wants to know if there's manga in Tiny Bookshop because like they really want that. I had some like little adorable anime girl, but like as a GIF with it, and the devs liked it. So I'm just saying, guys, if there's manga in Tiny Bookshop, you're welcome.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely one of those like super like low energy is not the word, just super just vibey like indie games. You just sit back and like just put this on the thing, click this, move this one here. Okay, they want their romance novels, they want their history books, and yeah, this is a vibe. This one's really cool.
It is.
Love the demo. Let's see here. Let's see timestamp. Hold on, I didn't go to full screen. I forgot what my next game was. I didn't prepare myself for this one. Oh no, I forgot to put this one on here. Oh my god, can you believe it? So this is one that I often forget exists, and then I see it again, and it gives me Contra. It gives me Katana Zero. It is called Neon Inferno. It is this 2D action platformer with gorgeous pixel art. I think you're in like a cyberpunk New York City in the future. It just looks chaotic. It looks insane. I think we get a lot of like the 2D like neon, cyber noir type deal thing going on, and I love that vibe. I think it's a great style. I just think sometimes like it's overdone. We do it a lot, and this is one I'm like, okay, hold on. This one feels, in a way I can't explain, refreshing. Where I'm like, I love how detailed the pixel art is. Like, it reminds me a lot of like Halberd Studios with things like 9 Years of Shadows and Mariachi Legends. Which I did not include Mariachi Legends because it doesn't say 2025, but I promise you, if it had 2025, it would have been on this list. So, but yeah, this looks really cool. I say Contra, but it doesn't have quite the same like level of depth, but there's all this different parallax effect as you're like diving from flying cars to shoot enemies in the background. There's these boss encounters, you're seeing it if you're on the video version. I think this one looks dope. It's so weird where this is one of the ones that I love the style, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about it till I get my hands on it. Because if it doesn't like feel great, I'll be like, oh, I love that it looks good, but it wasn't enjoyable to play. Not that I have any like, oh yeah, of course, this is how I already feel about it. I'm just saying maybe a caution that I'm going into, like, oh fuck, what if it doesn't feel good?
Yeah. I'm really curious how this one's going to work, because it looks like a 2D game, but then there's also... You also get to shoot into like the background,
right?
So how that switch is going to happen between the actual 2D shooting and then getting to shoot into a third dimension?
Yeah, if I had to guess, I could see them taking like the I say Cuphead, it's just the first thing that comes to mind. This is a approach where you can lock in and then do like the 8 directions of how you want to shoot. If they do something like that where it is like on the main plane, I just turn left, shoot, I did that backwards. Turn left, shoot, turn right, shoot. And then if I'm doing the aiming is where I kind of get like free aim to go in the background. That might be the move. But yeah, again, one of those ones I'm like, until I get my hands on, I'm like, not sure how you would do that. Or maybe it's just as free as just a cursor you can aim. And it just, if something smaller falls underneath, it might just work like that. But yeah, I'm excited to see that in action, because this looks like one. I can't tell if this game is going to be hard. I'm sure it won't be easy, but like, is this one that I'm like, oh dude, it's just a 2D platform with some challenge? Like, oh no, this game's fucking hard. You're gonna get your ass beat, dog. Like, get ready. But we'll see. This one is, I think, also 2025, but no concrete date, just 2025. So, we'll see when we see. You know what I mean? Let's see here. That's all I got on Inferno. Oh god, you're gonna talk about this game. I don't think you were bringing it here.
Yeah. Another sequel to another of my favorite games. This year is gonna be insane. The game that has come to define the roguelike deck builder genre is getting a straight follow-up, which is something I didn't expect. Slay the Spire 2.
Woo! Spires.
We don't know that much about it yet, except that it seems to be building on the foundations of the inspiring original. The visuals seem to be a continuation of sorts, and I'm guessing gameplay will follow suit. I'm mostly really curious to find out whether the returning characters will play similarly to the first game, or if there's going to be big differences there.
Ooh.
And what changes the new characters will bring, because I think there's 4 playable characters now. 2 of them have come from the first game, and 2 of them are new. The first Slay the Spire had such an impact, and I'm really crossing my fingers that the devs can pull off a worthy sequel. It won't be easy, but having also played the board game version, I do have faith that the team knows how to iterate on the original idea. They're also going for an early access release. So maybe the community will be able to have their say in what the end product will be.
We love community feedback. We love that. We stand that. Yeah, I'm really interested, right? Because I, as of recording this yesterday, I listened to Kind of Funny's like draft. They do their fantasy league draft every year. And I forget who it was. Someone took Slay the Spire. We're like, I think it'll be good points. I think I'll earn, enough points for like the reward scores of it. But it's interesting to see in a world where like Slay the Spire like built the genre, was like, hey, we're gonna make this so everyone wants to make a game like it. And now they're like, we're making a sequel to that game, but you've had so many other games come in and innovate and change the formula a little bit. Like, is this going to be as close to Slay the Spire with new stuff as possible, or is it going to feel like a sequel that's like worth picking up and being like, cool, I know other games have done it, but like, this is Slay the Spire, baby. Like, we feeling this shit.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because ever since the III initiative, I kind of link Megacrit, the devs, to the devs that made Darkest Dungeon.
Okay.
Since they both organized the III initiative, and Darkest Dungeon is another example of how to maybe not do the sequel. Because they had a base game that was incredibly popular.
Right.
And they tried for something new, which I can really understand and which I think is actually admirable. But it didn't connect with the player base.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that Megacrit can avoid falling in that same trap.
Yeah. I'm hoping if that's the case, like, I think that's the fun thing with early access, and maybe fun's the wrong word, but like, I think early access has a stigma of like, we're putting out the game that you can pay for now and we can fix later, which I think a lot of people take that negatively. But I think it gives access to like, hey, we're not entirely like, we think this is great, but instead of just dropping it and be like, sorry, we'll fix it over time. Like eventually you'll have that 1.0 of like, this is the final vision of what we want, what you guys like, and building the game together. Stop. But yeah, I have like, I say those things as a precaution, but I have no reason to believe that this will be bad or unliked. I think people love Slay the Spire. I think those Slay the Spire freaks are out there. They're going to care about it regardless. So yeah, I think it'll be, I think it'll succeed. Yeah, we are. I know. I've already put aside the money. I've already bought the game in my head. Okay. Oh man.
But I see that your next game, it's about these cartoon characters that shoot evil things. Tell me about it.
Topher, I love Rubber Hose, man. This shit's a vibe. Everyone knows I like this Cuphead game. It's pretty cool. And now we got a first-person shooter about a private eye mouse. And this game, it's called Mouse. I'm super excited for this one. I remember seeing like the early access builds, right? Or not even access, like builds, I guess. I just like testing stuff, but it was just like the empty white space, a few things on the screen, some bad guys to shoot, and like each time they drop a trail, there's more environments, there's more characters, and I think doing the 2D characters in a 3D world is always so cool because it is so like reminiscent of like classic Doom and Wolfenstein games, but in a fresh style that's like, oh, well, this isn't that Pixar stuff we saw before. I'm so jazzed to play this one because I love me a good boomer shooter, and this might not be boomer shooter levels, but like, fuck, I love the style. I like, there's just the goofiness. I think is probably what I'm most excited for because for video watchers, we just saw like a guy with a gun. We distracted him by giving him flowers. Like, oh, thank you. And they don't show it. I assume he just blasts his head off then right after, be like, gotcha, sucker. There's like some of the character design. There's this big alligator dude in the sewer. Like there's a lot of Steamboat Willie style black and white energy of this one, which I'm all about. It's one that I think I have a friend doing PR for this one. I forget what's going on with that one. So I'm just like, hey, let me get that key as soon as we possibly can because I want to play this thing. But yeah, I think with chat, we watched the initial trailer. Everyone's like, this looks really cool. It probably won't be out for 40 years because Rubber Hose. I'm like, maybe. But also, I wanted to err on the side of like, I hope that we're just seeing all the development stuff like late. Where they're like, this is the first snippet of Mouse, right? But we didn't see that till like 8 months after they recorded it, right? And they were already 8 months into development. And then next time they drop something, like the trailer we're watching now, what if this was recorded a year ago and we're just getting it now, This game could be ready to drop tomorrow. I doubt that's the case. But like, what if it was? You know what I mean? Like, what if we get Shadow Drop Mouse? I'd be like, oh shit, baby. They were ready. But yeah, I think the game looks sick. I love the style. I think it's going to be a fun one. I think chat will enjoy watching me play this one. And again, just 2025, no concrete date. But Mouse.
It looks incredibly cool. It has that noir setting that I always love. I don't know why it's not like I have this what's the word? I can't remember words.
Love, nostalgia.
That's the one. Nostalgia. It's not like I have nostalgia for like an era when I used to watch noir films on the daily or anything. But whenever something noir pops up, like I had it with Chicken Police as well.
Okay.
It's just such a vibe. It has the jazz music. It has the style from back then. It's just cool. And this game looks like it's gonna be special.
Yeah. I made a joke earlier. I'm like, I don't read, but I'll say in college, one of my gen eds, I had to take a noir class. Probably one of my favorite gen eds like of my lifetime, period. We got this. I have the book somewhere. It's one of the few textbooks I kept that I'm like, I want to keep this. But it's just like a anthology of like noir pulp stories that you could read. And I cannot remember the title, but the one was like, it was like a gang war, but rather than like, let's all have a shootout, they each sent like a member of their gang into the basement to play Russian roulette. And it was just this intense, like, they didn't know what was happening. We were seeing it from the perspective of the two people playing, but everyone's upstairs just like they're waiting to hear the gunshot and be like, all right, time to find out who won. And like that shit was fucking sick. I loved that one. Yeah. And like I could probably sit here and go down memory lane of all the different ones I remember, but like noir pulp fiction shit, not Pulp Fiction the movie, but like, pulp noir stories are like super fucking dope. I love them. So like I like noir games, so I'm here for it.
Yeah. Cool.
Timestamp that one, but you got another one. We've talked about this one before, and I keep forgetting it exists, and I'm excited for this one too.
I took some notes for every game that I mentioned, and the first thing I wrote down for this one is, I know I have mentioned building relationships time and time again. That's just how hyped I am for it.
This is how it is.
For those not yet in the know, it's a game where buildings travel to an island to maybe find love. And I'm not kidding. That's actually what's going on. If you've played some of the many dating sim visual novels on Steam, you might have some idea of what to expect. Except that this game takes all of those tropes and turns them on their heads. Whether you're fishing for automobiles or cooking dinner by assembling furniture, building relationships will put a smile on your face the whole time through. And who knows, maybe you will be going home with Millie the Windmill.
Let me tell you, Millie. Let me tell you about Millie, dog. I played that demo. I was not ready for Millie. Whoo, Millie was being a little spicier than I thought a windmill could be, and I was not ready for that.
Yeah, it's such a blast. The writing in this one is just. I've mentioned before on this podcast how I'm not the biggest fan of funny games because games that try to be funny usually miss the mark for me. Yeah. But this one is just so witty, and I can't wait to discover more. Like apparently there's more places to visit than just the beach area that we see in the demo. By the way, if you want to find out what this game is like, please go play the demo.
Yeah, please.
Only worth it. Because I can imagine if you're just listening to this and you're like, Millie the Windmill, what?
What does it even mean?
Play it. Like you'll immediately know if this is a game for you or not.
Yeah. I know the one thing, and it's so weird, right? When the mini game is the part that I was like most enjoying. There's the part where you have to like build the table, which furniture's food, right? In this world, that's There's like a cooking mini game, but instead of cooking, you're like IKEA management building this table. And I'm like, wait, this is like I would play a whole game of this. And my chat would dig in, like, let's see if we can find one already. And there's one that has like, I think it was like mostly negative reviews because it was like super short and not intuitive. But I was like, listen, once building relationships is done, if we do a spinoff that's just the building mini game, or like I get to run a restaurant doing the building part, I'm like, I'll play the fuck out of that. I love that mini game. That was fun.
It was. I think the rest of the game feels good to play as
Absolutely,
well.
100%.
You have to imagine that the dev behind this game had to imagine what would a building move like.
And of course, it rolls down a hill. Like, I don't know if that would be like my final thought. But I'm glad it didn't go the like, let's make a tedious route and like, oh yeah, you want to move a house, you have to get a truck and move it down the street and you have to like Death Stranding it for me. I'm like, oh god, that would have sucked. But I'll take the chaos of a house just chucking itself over the ocean. Yeah, I'm here for it. I like it. Oh man, yeah, this one looks great. I'm glad you put this one on there. Definitely one to look forward to. We're just talking. It says Q1 2024, so sometime before March here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, put the demo.
Hope so.
What else did I put on there? Oh, right. Timestamp. Topher, I have a weird. Love-hate's not even the word. I have a weird relationship with Heart Machine games.
Mm-hmm.
I want to love Hyper Light Drifter, and I can't seem to find that for myself. I just don't think it's a game for me. I like Solar Ash, never finished it, want to go back and do that. They announced their next game, which I forget which one was theirs. They're working with Devolver, I forget.
Possessors.
But, okay, cool. I forgot if that was theirs or there was another one that was also announced, like a samurai-ish one. I forgot which one was Heart Machine. Might talk about Possessors later. We'll see. But this month we are getting Hyper Light Breakers, which is this 3-player co-op, very Risk of Rain coded adventure roguelike, which I think looks sick. I think it looks dope. Mm-hmm. I've seen people cover it at like conventions. Like it could use some fine tuning. It's dropping early access, so I'm assuming we might still get some of those like touchy, like this doesn't feel great. Excuse me, this doesn't feel great. I might need to polish here, but I fucking love Heart Machine's style. The purples and teals and neons and like that is really cool, and their character designs are sick. I know nothing about what these playable characters do, how different they are from one another, but I am insanely excited to check this one out in a spot where Risk of Rain 2 is one that I got into after my friends did. And I think my big problem with Risk of Rain 2 was that when I'm trying to figure this game and now I'm dying and my friends get to continue the run and then they finish the level and I respawn, they spent the whole level picking up items and getting upgrades. So now I'm still behind. So by the time I respawn, I get killed again because I don't have the stuff to keep us up. So like it really frustrated me. And I think it's both like a skill issue as well as just like a weird progression with the game itself that I don't love. I don't know if Hyper Light Breakers fixes that necessarily. But I'm hoping, I'm like, cool, I'm on the train enough where I can keep my own pace with other people playing. Again, the style is so fucking dope. It's so cool.
The Heart Machine has one of the most distinctive styles in video games, I think. And this one looks just beautiful again. Yeah, dude. It's probably a game that I'm not going to be playing.
Sure.
Because it's not my type of game. Mm-hmm. But I am going to be following like the news about it closely. Because I'm hoping that they managed to fix whatever it was that people were struggling with.
Right. It's a minigun. Oh shit, looks cool. And yeah, I would love to see in a world, right, where like eventually we start with, I want original characters. I don't necessarily want to see them just drop their other stuff, but I would love to see the Drifter eventually come in. I would love to see the character from Solar Ash. I don't know if I forget if the Solar Ash character, I don't think they're very combative. I think it is more about the mobility. There might be like, I think there's like Tether and like a Shadow of the Colossus type thing of taking down monsters, but I forget if it's actual like swinging and slashing. Someone might have to remind me on Solar Ash, but seeing those characters make it the game would be a really cool thing later.
Yeah, that's true.
But also seeing just the fun ideas.
I do believe that this is a prequel.
Oh, okay.
Drifter, so I'm curious, maybe more towards the end of the game that the Drifter will make an appearance.
Let's do it, baby. Put it in. Listen, Heart Machine, do it. I should have put my Heart Machine hoodie. It's in the closet. Sorry, guys. But
fake fan. Fake.
I am a big fake fan. Listen, like I said, I don't like Drifter. Sorry, guys. Bad game. It's not a bad game. I don't know. I feel so undirected in that game where I'm like, I don't have enough direction. Let me find somebody's walkthrough, and then their walkthrough is like, how'd you get in there? I can't get in there yet. So then I have to find out what they did to open that because I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, got it. I'm good. I can't do it. I'm not good.
I get it. I struggled the same way with that game.
Sorry about Drifter. But Breaker comes out on January 14th in early access, so that's in a week. So Heart Machine was saying, if you got some keys you're trying to hand down, let me know, please. I would love to. Hold on, wait. I just saw this little robot guy. Is he cool? Okay, let me see.
Robot guy?
Maybe not a little robot guy. Look at this dude. Look at this dude down here. In the bottom left. He's got like a gun. He's all that. But he reminds me of oh god, Commander G. Anyone watching the fucking new DC animated show, which I haven't watched in like 4 weeks. Creeper Commandos or Creature Commandos, whatever that one is. There's a robot guy who just wants to kill Nazis. He's really funny. Anyway,
robot with good intentions. You gotta love it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, that is. Oh, here we go. We peeped this one a little bit. Timestamp. We peeped this one a little bit before we started. But now I get to look at it. I want to hear about this one.
Well, video games truly are the world of dreams. Where else can you be relatively young and own your own home? In Squeakross Home Squeak Home, you are an adorable rodent who finds that their new home is just a tad empty. By solving Picross puzzles or nonogram puzzles, I don't know what their correct name is, you fill up the Home Squeak Home furniture catalog, which you can then use to decorate your home and yourself. This is a Picross game like no other. It has accessibility features galore.
Ooh.
There's a demo for this one on Steam right now, and it offers hours of gameplay. I think I'm 5 hours in, and I still haven't completed the demo. This might just turn out to be the most relaxing game of 2025, because there's no time limits to the puzzles. Your little rodent friend is around to help you out to solve the tougher puzzles. And it looks adorable. I mean, the little rat interacts with all of the furniture and stuff. It's just adorable.
Yeah, I like this vibe. And like, you had asked earlier, like, you a Picross guy? I'm like, I've never played a Picross game. But anyone who was at PAX East this past year, we did the DS best games to play on the Nintendo DS, and Dave Jackson, friend of the show, was all like, "Yeah, I love Picross 3D. It's a great game." And I'm like, I've never played it, but I stand that you stand it. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at this. I'm like, I suck at these Sudoku number puzzle type deals. Like, my brain doesn't function with them. Like on paper, I feel like I'll fill something out, be like, oh, that would have been wrong. But now I've already used the pen to fill it out, so I don't know. I think like a video game format's the only way that I could do this right. And we know you're talking about the demo then, so I'll save questions for that when we talk about it, like in practice. But yeah, I think the home builder part of it, along with the puzzle game, is really cool. Yeah, I think you sold me on this one.
Yes, another fan.
Let's go. Let's see. Another just 2025 one, so hopefully sometime in the near-ish future. I was gonna double check because sometimes they like update like in their news but not the actual page, and see if they like, yeah, it's next week. Hell yeah, Squeakross baby. That is so cute. Okay. Oh, Topher.
Now I'm guessing you're pretty excited about this next one.
Topher, you give me a game with monster in the title, I might like it. Depends. I like Monster Hunter, but you know what I like even more? I fucking love Monster Prom, dude. I love these games so goddamn much. And I put this on here, and I see the Steam page doesn't say 2025. Maybe the trailer did. Maybe, you know what? We're going to run with it. MonsterCon might come out this year. And we've streamed all the Monster Prom games. There's the first one, there's Prom, there's Monster Camp, there's Monster Road Trip, and now MonsterCon is the new one, where the whole thing is you're going to a convention and trying to have a good time. Typical convention going things, but they introduce a bunch of new characters. There's Omen, there is Nico, there's the new clown named April, which I'm gonna lie, the internet's kind of vibing with. I'm like, you know what? Not into clowns like that, but I get it. Regardless of who's in it or what, like, it's Monster Prom. Like, you put Monster Prom on the thing and I'm buying it. I bought the freaking Monster Prom card game, which is basically like apples to apples, but you're trying to make dates for your like, would you date, maybe not apples to apples, or would you date this person because these are their flaws and these are their perks and this is what they look like? Yeah, I would date them or whatever. I love Monster Prom. I love what Beautiful Glitch makes every year. We've seen we've probably seen stuff on Twitter and social media, but like in terms of like gameplay and action, how this one differs from like a Road Trip, because we went from like Prom, which was very like dating sim, get the stats, to Road Trip, which is more of a road trip simulator. You make progress and you want to make sure your magic doesn't hit zero, because your magic equals your gas, which, or any stat hitting zero would end your trip. So you're like, this is the progress we made, this is how far we did it. So I don't know what the cycle will be like. What do we have to accomplish at this con? Who do we have to meet? Like, what's our end goal compared to other Monster Prom games? But it doesn't matter. I'm going to fucking house it. I'm going to nonstop no life it for the first week. I'm going to be like, guys, we got to do a monthly stream again of MonsterCon. We can't not play this game. We have to keep going. So yeah, I just fuck me up. Beautiful Glitch. I love your games so damn much. Also, I know you like to have content creators voice your characters sometimes. I'm just saying, if you need somebody for Monster Prom 5, which should be Monster Retreat, let me know, because I'm kind of into it. I want to play the game.
That would be so cool.
It'd be really fun.
I love your enthusiasm for this series.
They're so fun. It's crazy, right? Because this was the series that like showed me why to like dating sims. Like they weren't there. Like I didn't. The visual novel thing wasn't really for me, and maybe it is still more of a type. Like I need the little more comedic, goofy, gritty ones. But like the first game was just like, hey, this is Polly. She's a ghost who died young, but now she goes to a monster school, and her whole thing is like she's just horny and likes drugs. And like one of her secret endings is to do the reverse Romanian Wilkinson, which is a specific sex move that will bring her back to life. And she's like, oh, I guess we could try that. But as you start that run, you have to pick up certain items. And if you don't get like the penguin mask or whatever, like chili pepper, I forget what they are. I've done that ending so many times by accident. And then I'm like, well, I'm already here. I might as well continue it. Like I thoroughly enjoy the different narratives and characters in these games. And one of the things, like we have Liam back, which I don't think we've had Liam as like a main character since Monster Prom. Because Monster Camp, they add Milo and take Liam out. And I might be just speaking Spanish to you. Like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about, Danny. But like, and then in Road Trip, Liam's like a side character. You can pick him up, but he's not part of like the big narrative cast. You don't get to hear him talk much. And Liam, not one of my favorite characters, but like him and Miranda are two that we don't get a lot of since the first game. So like once we get Retreat, potentially next time around, that is very Miranda focused and also Vera focused, which awesome. We get these, but we've had Zoe since camp. So we see the little Cthulhu girl all the time, but we still love Zoe. We stan Zoe. So like, I just love these characters so much. And I've always said, if we got a Monster Prom animated series, I'd fucking house it, dog. Like day one binge where like I'm on Netflix the moment it drops watching it. Like I love what Beautiful Glitch builds, and Con's gonna be so much fucking fun.
I love how like the Steam description is like this whole bit about what the game is gonna be, and then in between brackets it ends with "There's also Liam."
I didn't see that. It does say that. Oh, that's great. Liam's back. Right now it seems like the fan base is really excited for Nico, who anyone watching the video version was, I can pull this up here. Nico is the red character in the middle, and it looks like they're a mimic. And Nico does a bunch of different cosplays at this convention.
Nice.
There's not a screenshot. Yeah, it's like just regular Nico, just the chest. And then like in the trailer, they show like Wizard Nico. And god damn, fucking Crandon over here looking ripped. I think his name's Brian, but we've been calling him Crandon since the first game. So this is Crandon to us.
Okay.
But I can sit here and ramble about Monster Prom forever. But damn. And anyway, if I can let me stop now, or I won't. But timestamp. I don't know if I know this next one. It's gonna be one that I'm like, oh, this one. But what else you got in this list here?
My next game is Ritual of Raven, which is by Spellgarden Games, the people who made the delightful Sticky Business.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yes, this is their own version of a story-based farming sim. In which, after falling through a mysterious portal, you and your familiar Raven are chosen to help a local witch sage as she attempts to find her missing familiar, Flufferstoop.
Flufferstoop?
That's the name, yeah. Flufferstoop.
They have little froggies
As you do so, you're also responsible for farming the necessary ingredients for your spells. However, you won't have to do the farming yourself. Using your mystical deck of cards, you'll be able to instruct Arcana constructs to do the hard work for you. The game looks colorful, as you'd expect from this developer, and I'm just really curious to find out what the gameplay synergies will be like. Like how much of the game is going to be spent doing the farming. How quickly is the story going to evolve? It's Spellgarden Games. They make a game, I'm there.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I just saw the like decorating part of like putting shit around your town looks so much like Sticky Business. Yeah, no, I'm there. This looks really cute.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it. And like even just looking at like the text box, right? Where like I can't visually see the Sticky Business menu in my head, but I'm like, oh, this is from Sticky Business. This looks familiar. And like the familiarity, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, I'm in. this little pot dude just picking around, picking up shit. This is really cool. I'm excited to see how this plays out. This looks dope.
Yeah, same. I'm also really happy for the team that the Team 17 picked this one up.
Yes.
To publish.
Yes.
So that's really cool.
Love a good publishing label on there, man. We love that.
Yeah.
Shit. And then 2025. Listen, guys. Listen, indie devs. I get it. You don't want to give dates because we know how it goes. Let me just drop it tomorrow. What do you say? Give it tomorrow. Pretty cool, right? Oh boy. Any other thoughts now? I know I kind of just bumped away.
I'm just really excited. It looks colorful. It scratches all of the itches that I have in gaming. It has the farming part. It has the fun of like sticky business. I'm all for it.
Yeah, looks cute. I'm excited. Let me see. Next up, I have Enter the Chronosphere, which was easily the most popular booth at PAX East this year. I got in line. Yes. Oh my God. The first day was kind of quiet. Day 2, there was not a empty moment in that line. I can't fathom how these devs got a fucking break. Like it was. I have their sticker on my notebook. It's. Hold on, I'm in small mode. Let me go big mode.
Yeah.
But like, I have the Into the Chronosphere sticker on there along with my Silk Song stuff. Silk Song 2025. Nice. It's got to happen. But yeah, so it is a roguelike where it's almost super hot like, where everything moves at the same time. So if you could take the time to aim, like, okay, this is going to move. I take this shot, but your enemies have already taken their shots. So their bullets are like flying at you, or you've hit a barrel that's about to explode. So you taking the step will activate the timer for that to activate and boom, detonate and get away. You're also picking up a shit ton of different weapons. I've not gotten to play this frog yet. The last demo I had only had the bear and the one female character. I think this frog is the one I want. I want to play this fucking frog. I think at PAX they told us what was going to happen is they were going to continue to update the demo. So it was almost like you were just continually getting like the full game until the full game came out, which I'm like, that's insane. And I'm sure that's not everything. And I'll just get the game for free. But the game was really fun. I remember losing hours once I got home and could finally play the demo. Because again, at PAX, I'd get in line. I'm like, cool, I can wait an hour. And then it would be like 2 hours. I'm like, okay, I have an appointment now. I have to leave. I can't. Even like, we can set up an appointment. Like, yeah, let's do tomorrow at noon. And then like, I'm like, fuck, I have an appointment at noon. I'm so sorry. I bailed. And I'm like, that's on me. I'm sorry. I wanted to come back and play the game. So when I got home to finally play the demo on Steam, like, thank God I could see this. But yeah, it was popping, dude. I probably have 2 of their little knapsacks, little bags, the tote bags they handed out. This game's sick. This game's really dope and deserves the attention that it got, and I hope more people play it when it releases this year.
That would be cool. I've played a little bit of it and the playtest that's going on right now.
Yeah.
On Steam, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Is the frog in it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
I've only spent like 15 minutes in it so far. But it's a really interesting take on like being turn based because the game only moves when you move,
right?
But it feels really good to play. I'm just wondering if this is gonna ever come to consoles, how they're gonna do the gameplay there, because you have to play this with mouse and keyboard, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think because I haven't played it in a minute. I'm trying to think how it translates to controller. I think the aiming, you just do right stick, et cetera, but it might be an adjustment, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I've been playing a lot on PC these days. That's where the codes come from, you know?
Yeah.
Although I did find out, Topher, listen, behind the scenes in chat, if you saw this, you didn't. You hear this PlayStation Stars thing? You know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you anyone who doesn't know, you play PlayStation games, you buy PlayStation games, you earn coins, right? You can use these coins to buy like $5 gift cards for the PlayStation Store, et cetera. They also usually put whatever popular multiplayer game out, they put their their currency as a reward option. So the Marvel Rivals lattice is on there, so you can buy skins and stuff. Now, when I get review codes for PlayStation, those count as me buying a game and I get points.
Oh.
So in the future, if you guys want to help fuel developers, if you want to help fuel my Marvel Rivals addiction and help me get skins by giving me PlayStation keys so I get the free tokens, don't tell PlayStation. Don't tell them about the guy. I feel like they're gonna be like, oh, we can't let him milk the system like that. Let me live on this, because I got the Guardians of the Galaxy pack with the lattice I could buy from a review code. So I'm just saying, help a brother out, because listen, if you guys haven't seen the Malice, let me full screen this. If you guys haven't seen the Malice skin for Sue Storm, Topher, I'm trying to be respectful, but fucking shit, brother. Holy crap. Anyway.
Okay.
I might be a Sue Storm main. I'm just saying. But yeah, I digress. Fucking, what game was I talking about? Enter the Chronosphere. Good, cool game. Can't wait to play. Hey, you want to talk about your game now?
Sure thing. There are plenty of roguelike deck builders releasing this year, and I really mean a lot.
Yeah.
But with Slay the Spire 2 releasing, I fear that most of them won't really find an audience, or not on the scale that the devs are hoping for anyway. Yeah. The only game right now that I feel might take the fight up to Slay the Spire 2 is another sequel, Nights in Tight Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
This one is obviously made by the devs behind Fights in Tight Spaces, and it takes everything that was awesome about that first game and transports it to a medieval fantasy setting. The fighting looks as stylish as ever, with the visuals once again being one of the biggest highlights of the demo that's available right now on Steam. You get to use your own skills, but also your environment as you attempt to take down a host of different enemies. Basically, this is John Wick, the card game, but in medieval fantasy times. Yeah. So gather up your party and set out for an unforgettable adventure.
Hell yeah, dude. I love Fights in Tight Spaces. That was a cool one that I got to play. I played the demo for Nights in Tight Spaces, and I think the style is really cool. The sketchy, and I'm sure if you find us talking about this, it's probably Next Fest. We should make it was probably Next Fest shirt. I think we said that enough. But probably during that episode, it was the style, the sketchy, notebook, parchment paper style thing is so cool. I love it. It looks great. And this one's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I remember playing the demo and I was like, this feels like a finished game. So I'm wondering what else they're what else they're still upgrading during the rest of development.
Right.
Because there's still no set date for this one.
Damn. What if it's tomorrow?
It would have to wait.
Okay. Good call. It's good. We're gonna have to push it back. Backlog it instantly. Yeah. No, it's dope. I'm sure you could find whatever episode we talked about before, but yeah, Nights in Tight Space is sick. I love the roguelike-ies here. Yeah, okay, yeah. We're just this year. It's okay. Someday we're gonna do.
You still have a couple of really cool games on your list.
I do. Let's start off with this one. We got timestamp. Let's start off with this one. We got Wanderstop, which is Ivy Road, which same creative team behind the Stanley Parable. This is a more, I don't call it action adventure. I always default to that when I see a third person game. Actually, what are the Steam tags? They have adventure simulation, farming sim. Yeah. So we're talking a farming sim that's gonna, based on the trailer alone, talk about some emotional heartstrings. We might be talking about some anxiety, some emotional distress, all kinds of the stuff that we love to see other people deal with. So okay, I'm not alone with whatever's going on in my head right now. Mm-hmm. We saw this at Wholesome Direct somewhere. I think Wholesome Direct might be, was it? We saw it somewhere. But it looks great. I'm all about the visual style, of course. That's always the gateway for me of what am I going to get into? Why am I going to enjoy this game? And seeing the character designs, how cute they are, how it's weird to say they look soft, but also rigid at the same time, in terms of the modeling style. And then another same reason like Heart Machine, a lot of purples, a lot of neon-esque like bright colors. And then character designs are great. So I'm super into Wanderstop. I can't wait to see how much time I could dive into it and how much like this is giving okay, I need to build the building today, but first I got to go here. I got to milk the cows. I got to run up the street. I got to trade things with Mr. O'Leary and then come back here. I got to do this thing, but I got to do all this before I could do the other thing. So let me just find my track of shit to do and then never get it done because I did 14 other things. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's 4 a.m. Let's go to bed.
Yeah. I love how it combines that cozy game style with this darker edge to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Which we don't know that much about yet. Also, I'm just checking the Steam page, and it just says that Ivy Road includes Davey Redden, who created the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide.
Yep.
Carla Zimonja, who created Gone Home and Tacoma.
Oh, shit.
And Daniel Rosenfeld, who did the music for Minecraft.
That's a dangerous team. That's a dangerous team. They're coming out to rule the world. Oh, great. Oh, that's awesome. I knew obviously about, Stanley Parable, but like I didn't know about Gone Home being in there. I didn't know Minecraft in here. Yeah. Looks great. And this one we have a date for March 11th.
Yes.
We always got to be prepared for it to get delayed just in case, pretty game. It might say, but right now we can look forward to March 11th. I'm very excited for Wanderstop. This will be a fun one.
Oh, same.
Again, maybe fun's not the word. Don't look at the list. You're cheating. They didn't see. They couldn't read. They don't know what's on the list. But I Wanderstop. Looks great. Can't wait to cry. But timestamp, Topher, this one you took from my list, and I wanted to fight you about it, but I guess I'll let you go.
I put a note in the list that said if any of the games on my list were on your list, that I would be. I had plenty of backups.
I know. I had plenty.
You were
too.
like, fine, have it.
Yeah,
so
fine, have it.
I'm claiming it. This is a game that I was introduced to by a friend of the show, Daphne.
Oh, hey, Daphne.
And I am intrigued. It basically looks like a cozier version of something like Death Stranding, with you having to deliver goods to people by making the best use of the room at the back of your pickup truck. Some of your cargo will be more fragile than others, so don't go driving like a madman. But then,
tell me what to do.
There's also the fact that the woods that you sometimes have to drive through, there's definitely something going on there. We don't know what yet, but yeah. It's up to us to figure out. It's up to us to figure out the mystery of the area, all the while making sure everyone gets what they need. The visuals look fantastic.
They do.
I'm loving charming. Like I am so here for like playing Tetris with all of the stuff that you have to put in your pickup truck. And I'm just intrigued by what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I know this is gonna be one when I start. I'm gonna like try and take it slow. I'm like, oh no, I dropped the fucking barrel. Can I reload my save? Can I restart this? Like I gotta keep that barrel. And then like an hour, I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna start driving. I don't care about that box you dropped. Sorry, dude, you lost it. You should have paid for better travel. Blah blah blah. Like, yeah. Truckful looks great. Like I think someone tweeted about this one. I'm like, ooh, what do we got here? Another one of those just like simple idea executed so well with like, the style and just everything else. Yeah. Little scooter.
It doesn't have a 2025 release date yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
it just says to be announced, but fingers crossed.
Yeah, we cheat about it. This it's weird because I feel like it's almost any indie game, and this one for video watchers, this one shows more of the Tetris part of actually like building the stuff in your car, so that's really cool. But like I feel like you could say for almost any game, this would be like I can see the shadow dropping, right? Right, Wholesome Games like available today is Truckful. I'm like, damn you, Jenny, you made me do this. But obviously, I hope we get a date so I can prepare myself appropriately to make sure everything else is out of the way for Truckful. Because I'm like, I think you pointed out like we don't know what's going on in this forest, and the fact that there's like that much of a narrative coupled with the goofy like physics of it is really cool. I'm excited for that.
Exactly.
Oh man, we trucking it, dude.
We trucking indeed.
We trucking indeed. What else did I? Ooh, oh, I forgot about this one on here. I didn't forget. I'm playing it up a little bit. I think I timestamped just in case I didn't. I'll timestamp again. We talked about this one a few months back. I think we both checked out the demo. Steam Next Fest.
What's the Next Fest?
Yeah. But Usual June comes out next year. And it once I started playing it, I didn't realize how much Dungeons of Hinterberg's vibe it gave me. Based on like the combat and the exploration, not so much open of going like different areas and different zones and whatever, but like you are playing as June, you're helping some ghosts do their thing, and they're like, "Oh man, I'm a ghost," and sometimes based on like their dialogue, it's either you can't fully understand what they're saying, or you as the player can't understand because it's words that we can't comprehend, but June can, and you're like, "Oh, we have a full conversation," so that's like a unique narrative thing that's happening. But I was so caught off guard by the combat because I didn't know there would be combat in it. I thought it was going to be more of a linear adventure type deal. And then once I was in, oh, this is smooth. Wait, this combat's smooth. I like it. Another female black protagonist. We're all about it. I know some of you, fragile men are going to not like it, but honestly, I'm here for it. Hook me up. Again, style looks really cool. A lot of neon and bright colors. I think that's just my like. That's the keys in front of my face is putting something with a bunch of neon in it. I'm like, oh wait, hold on, wait, give me. I want to play that. And I think the narrative is going to have a lot of mystery to it. Just based on it being like ghosts, and I assume we're going to be not maybe solving murders. I mean, like, what happened to this poor little ghost? Why is he so sad? Where'd his blah 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 go? And yeah, I think it's just be a vibe. I've said that a lot today. It'll be a vibe, but that's why I'm in indies.
Yeah, I'm curious to see because like this is being developed by Finji, and Finji is mostly known as a publisher.
Right.
They Night in the Woods. They did Wilmot's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Chicory, Tunic.
Tunic. Yep.
But now they're developing it themselves. So
yeah, and I mean,
very curious.
Yeah. Based on what we just played now, so I hate the stigma for Sweet Baby Inc. And I think it's just because. Again, fragile men just go, Sweet Baby Inc. Game gonna be bad. Game gonna be woke. But I almost get like a hole in my heart every time I see Sweet Baby Inc. Not because I don't like them, because I know the world's not gonna like them, and that always scares me a little bit. But yeah, I'm sold on this game already. It doesn't matter. Please don't dustboard me in the comments again because I'd cry a little bit. But I'm very excited for Usual June.
Yeah, same.
Bet. Let's see. I'm like, oh, let's talk about this game now. I'm like, wait, this is Topher's turn. I was about to just drop the name. I can't be doing that. What's your next game?
My next game is Wax Heads. I grew up adoring spending time in record shops.
Yeah.
Listening to what the staff was listening to. I browsed through all of the records, figuring out what to spend my hard-earned cash on. It was a time before the internet because I am ancient. So sometimes all you had to go off of was an album's cover. But it was such a brilliant way of being introduced to new music. And Patati Games clearly agree and have dedicated their game to reliving that experience, but from the shopkeep's point of view. At Repeater Records, you have a dedicated bunch of music fans who want you to help them find the perfect record. The game's world is full of its own musicians and bands with their own histories and rivalries, so you'll have to catch up on all of that before giving your recommendations. The game has a unique comic book art style and some clever writing, with your boss once belonging to a legendary band whose members had a falling out. Let's call it a falling out. So yeah, dive into everything excellent a record store can offer you right now, with the demo for Wax Heads being available on its Steam page.
Yeah, this is one we brought it before. I forget if it was like our most anticipated rest of the year or what the episode it was.
Might have been next.
It was probably next. Honestly, it was probably next. But I'm and sorry for video watchers because my face is blocking it. But like, there's a band like list in the bottom corner of this video where it's like, bam, they show like 3 different photographs. So like, if this guy comes in, you can't be here, and it's giving the geek Papers, Please. It's giving Papers, Please. Okay. I don't know if that's exactly how it is or that's just a visual piece. But But I imagining Paper Please in a record store would be kind of cool.
Yeah, the cool thing is here you get to like walk around your shop as well.
Okay.
Just like every record has its spot in the store. So if someone comes in and you know that, for example, Mimi, the artist that was mentioned in the video, they love Mimi, you go to that part of the store where the Mimi record is, you go grab it and you give it to the customer. And then you get to see their reaction if that's what they wanted to get. It's really cool because at times you have to choose between giving the customers like exactly what they want, or maybe something that they would like even better.
Okay.
But know about. So it has that kind of coffee talk vibe to it.
Okay.
You choose what you give to the customers. But yeah, it has an art style that's completely unique. I haven't seen a game like this.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's mostly visual novel.
Brick Dogs.
So it's not going to be for everyone.
Sure.
There's a game within the game, and apparently there's going to be Tamagotchi in there as well.
Guys,
yes,
you got to buy. There is little Tamagotchi. Okay.
Yeah.
Bet. No, I like the vibe. It reminds me. I don't think it's. Is it Undead Pets? Dead Pets Unleashed. Dead Pets Unleashed. It reminds me of that one a lot. Which I played the demo for a while back, and that still isn't out. I don't know when that one's going to be, but this one's a little more focused on like the job, like running around doing jobs, playing the music, etc. But the style always reminds me of that one where we look at wax heads.
Wishlisted.
Hell yeah.
Oh no way. That's from the people who made Welcome to Elk?
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
I love Welcome to Elk.
Yeah, it's one I always like looked at. I never played Welcome to Elk. But I didn't know they were the same team.
Good game.
Oh yeah. Go people. Keep making games.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay. Hold on. Timestamp. All right. Now, might have talked about it briefly earlier because we were talking about Heart Machine.
Wait.
But what?
What?
Yeah, listen.
We talk about Heart Machine again?
We talk about Heart Machine again because they made Hyperlight, specifically Hyperlight as a franchise, Drifter, Breaker, Solar Ash. But this time they are publishing this one with Devolver, and it is called Possessors, and it is this gorgeous 2D action platformer, which this one is interesting to me, right? Because it's got a Heart Machine vibe, but far less of the neon that I've been screaming about like all day. Being like, I love neon. This one, every time I look at it, reminds me of Chris Tales, just without the RPG part of it, but it's got a very like flowy and like rounded like visual style to the characters. And then it's got like the kind of 3D environments that you're running around. It's an action platformer that looks badass. Visual style is great. I think we know very little about it right now, but hold on, run this back. Tell me this ain't a wallpaper, dog. Tell me that this might be my next wallpaper, because that shit's fire.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick. With Satan or whoever over here on the right, he's cool looking. We got our character with the horns. Honestly, green neon horns, that's it. That's enough neon for me. But like, game looks dope. I like it. I think it's different enough from other Heart Machine games where for some reason I end up not liking Hyperlight Breaker. This could probably be my backup like Heart Machine game for the year. That I'm like, oh, I'm really into this one. And also it's a Devolver jaunt. So I'm like, oh yeah. There's a lot of pedigree on there.
Is this the only Devolver game on your list?
I think it is. I think I have one of my honorable mentions. I might have skipped on some Devolvers for 2025. Maybe I'm just not thinking of some. Damn. Devolver, step it up. You gotta do better. Where's Neva 2? Where's
Jesus? Neva 2 already.
Where's Neva 2? You gotta hurry up. Get it to me. Yeah, I know I have another one in honorable mentions, but I gotta think. I mean, we haven't announced another Katana Zero. Maybe the DLCs this year. We don't know. I'm gonna have to check myself now, see what Devolver games I'm not. Oh, Stick It to the Stickman's probably this year. Fuck. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn.
That Skate Story.
Skate Story is one that I'm interested in, but I'm not the skating guy, so I'm not
That's not your kind of guy. Yeah. That one could have made it onto my list, but somehow. But
yeah, that's one I think if Devolver hit me, I'd give you the key for Skate Story. But like, here you go. I know you're more interested than I am.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying something else.
Oh yeah, I was just saying I was struggling to get my list down to 10 games.
It's a lot.
You could have asked me to like pick 50 games, and I would have been like, sure, I can do this.
You know, that would have been the whole episode. We wouldn't done any quick indie hits. We wouldn't done what I'm playing. We just been like, just the 50 games. Let's go. That's all we got. It's the whole episode. No intro, just talk the games. But yeah, no, Possessors looks cool. I love this one. It looks sick.
It does.
Yeah, only one other game I'm more excited for, but it's not my turn now, so timestamps. It's over. That's the last one, huh?
That is my last one.
Damn,
Yes,
crazy.
I'll make it quick so you can get into your final game. And also because I have mentioned Spilled before on the podcast.
Yeah.
The thing is, cleaning up ocean waste isn't supposed to be fun. It's serious business, with pollution being such a threat to mankind's future on this planet. But maybe developer Lente has the better idea. By making the action fun, maybe people will start talking about it more.
Facts.
And my God, has she made it fun.
It's really fun.
I think it was in an earlier episode of this podcast that I mentioned that this game has the most satisfying gameplay loop that I have ever played. And that's just from the demo, which is still available on Steam, by the way. Basically, you clean up oil spills to earn cash, with the cash allowing you to buy upgrades for your boat. This in turn allows you to clean bigger spills at once or to travel faster, and so on. The demo also got a visual upgrade last year, so if you played it when it first dropped, you're in for a big surprise, because the game's colors are even more vibrant now after you've cleaned all the shit away. The only sad thing for me about this one, there is something sad about it, is that it'll only take about an hour to finish.
Oh, dang.
But having said that, I still wholeheartedly recommend keeping an eye on this one, because this is special.
Yeah, I think we played the same demo. I adored the... It's not a roguelike. I don't want to give that impression. But that same vibe of roguelike where you're like, you did it once, you're like, this is my last run of the night, and you do it, you're like, actually, I could do one more run. That run wasn't good enough. And not this has runs or anything, but you're like, okay, let me clean up this oil, drop it off, get the money, and stop. You're like, or there was a whole other... If I just clean out that section, then I'm just done. Then I can buy the new upgrade. It'll be enough money for me. Like, it is that cycle. It does hurt a little bit to hear it's only an hour, because like then I'm like, do I just run it again? Do I start over? Do I just like, I'll go a different route and focus on this instead of this? Like, I don't think that would change the game a lot, but like, yeah, this game was really fun. Just the demo, so I think a full thing would be great.
Yeah. But enough about Spilled, because we both already talked about it. What's your... I do wonder, what's your final game that you're looking forward to in 2025?
Let me get loose for this one, Topher, because I'm about to fucking pop off, brother. Listen here. Now, I love my Shovel Knight. I love my Cuphead. I'll talk about them all the time. And one that, but, I talk about the other game, my third favorite game, so freaking often that you would be safe to assume it's my favorite, because I don't think enough people know about it. And when I'm like, you don't know about this, you need to know about this. So we're getting a sequel to Moonlighter this year, dog. We're getting Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, and god damn am I excited. I told the story. I was recording a whole separate video. I ran out to the kitchen to get a drink. I opened my phone and Wario64 is like, Moonlighter 2 announced. I'm like, what the fuck? And ran back here to find a trailer. There wasn't a trailer yet. It was just screenshots. But anyone who's not familiar with Moonlighter, welcome to the channel. Moonlighter, you play as Will. You in the first game, you take over your parents' shop, and the whole thing is you do roguelike dungeon hunting at night to find a bunch of different materials. You come back home, you can upgrade your weapons and your equipment, or you can put those items in your shop, which you will sell for money, which you can then use to buy upgrades, etc., and then go back in the dungeons, do it again. Easily my favorite roguelike. I adore Moonlighter because of... Maybe not the roguelike in and of itself is not the best roguelike I've ever played, but the combination of the shopkeep stuff with the roguelike mechanics is so freaking awesome. And I'm interested to see what this one does to like reset. I'm assuming you're going to a new town, because like you start the shop, you got like 4 shelves, you put the stuff in, people buy it. And then you upgrade, so you have employees, so they're selling stuff for you. People try and rob the shop, so you get like a bodyguard. I don't know if you get a bodyguard. Your employees might just tackle the fuck out and be like, stop, no stealing stuff. You can upgrade so you can make portals in and out of the dungeon. So as soon as you leave, you can like run the shop, go back to right where you left off, because sometimes the dungeons get long. You don't want to lose your progress. There's big boss encounters at the end of every dungeon. There's 4 major ones. There's DLC to Moonlighter that I still haven't played yet, because I'm just like, fuck, I want to go back and play, but I got to play new things. But I could just sit here and ramble about the hours I put into Moonlighter. Moonlighter is my example I always use for like the dead battery syndrome. I played it on Switch. I remember laying in bed playing. I did the like lay on my stomach, kick my feet up, and be like, ooh, Moonlighter. And I get the little blip of like 5% battery, and I'm like, do I plug it in and go to bed, or do I plug it in and keep going? And it was always plug it in and keep going, because I wasn't done. I wanted to keep playing. I bought the collector's edition of this one. It's in the closet, so I don't have it out already. But when we get to the Moonlighter review, I will have that pulled out for sure. I will have Moonlighter ready. And then this one takes a transfer from pixel art to 3D. A lot of people, different sides of the fence, they prefer the pixel art. I assume 3D is a lot easier of a medium to work with when making a game like this, because pixel art you got to do every single frame and redraw and repixelize and blah 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 blah. Here, at least when you animate, you kind of get to cycle those animations over and over again. I digress. That's not why I'm excited. I'm excited because we're getting another Moonlighter. Because I feel like I was just talking about when we get a Moonlighter 2, dog. I can't wait, thinking we're never actually going to get Moonlighter 2. Then we actually got a Moonlighter 2. And listen, the amount of times I tweeted at the devs about like, oh yeah, we can't wait to get Moonlighter 2. Like, yeah, listen, maybe one day. And I'm like, they don't mean that. They don't mean it. And then they meant it. And I should have pulled this up beforehand. It's somewhere. If you go to the Digital Sun, or it might be 11-bit. It's probably Digital Sun. Digital Sun's Twitter. They put out a post that was like, here are some of the comments on our tweet. And they blurred out my name for whatever reason. I don't entirely know why, but I'm not complaining about it. But like my comment was something like, I can't wait to like beat people up in 3D or something like that, is like in their marketing post. I'm like, I made it. I'm in the big leagues, baby. So yeah, I'm very excited for Moonlighter. I'm yeah. Moonlighter 2's this year, baby. This is the one that's like, this is my game of the year already. Like, there's not trumping it. So we have to see what else comes out this year. And if I'm like, y'all knew I was gonna like Moonlighter, but this one surprised me so much that I did that. But like, I'd be utterly shocked right now with how much I gas up this now franchise. That I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna check out, y'all. I'm gonna be out for like a week. Y'all ain't gonna hear from me. I ain't gonna stream. No
podcast that week.
No podcast that week. Unless you let me play Moonlighter while we're doing the podcast. We might just, what we'll do is we'll just do this scene and we'll just read from the doc, but that's just going to be me playing Moonlighter the whole time. That's what it's going to be. So I'm fucking jazzed, bro. Oh, I can't fucking wait.
I get it. I love how they, like you mentioned the switch to 3D graphics. I still feel like they managed to get the aesthetic from the 2D visuals into the 3D world. Absolutely. Which I think is really cool, because I loved the way the first game looked. And I was kind of scared when they mentioned that it was 3D, that it would lose like the character, but it doesn't.
Yeah, like you mentioned that, and like this is the one I immediately think of. There is like a squashy stretchiness to the first game of like, when you're going in the portals, there's cool portal wobbly animations and the little slimes that are everywhere. Like, there's a lot of slime based enemies in this game. This one seems a little lighter on those, and maybe we just haven't seen them so much. But like just seeing the portal section of Moonlighter 2 feels so nostalgic. Fuck, am I playing Moonlighter tonight? Fuck, I can't play Moonlighter tonight. I want to play Moonlighter. But like, oh my God, I'm fucking floored, dude, that we're actually getting it. And I'm just, Moonlighter, baby. It's coming.
I remember seeing the notification for this, and my first thought was about you.
Yeah, you're like,
oh my God, he's gonna be so happy.
And I was like, I'm editing the video right now. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Fuck. Oh God. Man, I'm gonna hibernate till this game comes out. I can't. I don't play.
But there's gonna be so many other cool games to play
that aren't Moonlighter, Topher. They're not Moonlighter.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
That was a good segue.
That's a good segue, and I shut that shit down. I was like, that's not Moonlighter. I don't care. Oh man,
you just mentioned 9 games that you're looking forward to playing, but nah,
that aren't Moonlighter. I don't want to play the rest.
Okay.
I just want to play Moonlighter. I just really want to play Moonlighter, Topher, like really bad.
I get it.
But you are right. There are a lot of other games. So many, in fact, that we're at our hour and 40-minute mark, and we still have 10 games to quickly talk about. So we want to quickly talk about some honorable mentions of games we're looking forward to this year, and just briefly, like, it's about this. I won't do the trailers and stuff. But
I'll just mention all 5.
Yeah.
Because we both have 5 honorable mentions. Mixtape is my first one. This comes to us from the creators of The Artful Escape.
Yes.
And this is basically their take on a Life is Strange game, I think. It seems. So yeah, really cool. I'm totally down for that. Blueprints looks really cool as well. Yes. You have to try to find the elusive room 46 in an ever-changing labyrinth of rooms and corridors. There's a demo for this one available already.
Shouldn't have told me that. I didn't know there was a demo.
Another demo that I played during the last Next Fest was Keep Driving, which was one of the more unique demos that I've ever played. Because you overcome challenges by driving around to some excellent tunes in an intriguing RPG. That demo is still up, by the way, as well.
So I gotta play that one too, yeah.
My penultimate game is Mystique's Haunted Antiques. I have no idea what the game is going to be like, but it's the developers say it's a game about a haunted antique store run by the 4 worst women you've ever met. And I'm like, I'm down for this.
Yeah. This was new to me. Yeah. I knew nothing about this one. I like the style though.
Oh wow. I got a game that you didn't know about.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one.
Oh my god. That's Can I get a Steam achievement for that?
If I could hand them out, I'd give you one, dog. If I could hand them out.
And my final game is Battle Vision Network, which is an online PvP puzzle battler by the creators of Grindstone.
Love that. Oh, Grindstone.
Yeah.
That one's on my
Just hoping that they're going to get the player base for this one.
I hope. Yeah, that's big fear with indie multiplayer games.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping there's at least some single player aspect that'll be like a little more, for people who want to stick around with it. But yeah, it looks cool.
We'll have to wait and see. But
How
how about your picks?
Of course. First, I have Ruffy and the Riverside. It's this 3D platformer where everything's 2D. It's like this little chubby bear dude. I've been seeing this one on indie platforms for the longest time. That one's supposed to be coming out this year, which I'm really looking forward to. To couple with Mixtape, which is what I think I put on instead of Mixtape, was Lost Records of Bloom and Rage. The next one is Don't Nod, or is this Deck 9? I think it's Don't Nod. Don't Nod, yeah, cool. So people like Life is Strange, same vibe. A little more murder mystery, it seems like, is involved in this one. So I'm really excited for that one. Demon School for fans of Persona. It is I feel like tactical might be a little too far, but a turn-based tactical RPG type deal. You meet with friends, you talk with friends, you build relationships, they get better at their thing, you go into the demon world, you fight the demons, you rinse and repeat. Super Persona coded. So if you're waiting another 10 years for Persona 6 like I am, Demon School comes out this year. Which I think is sooner than later. I think it was supposed to be last year and got delayed. So I think it's Q1 2025, I recall. I might be wrong on that. Exactly. Okay, cool. The Devolver game that is on my honorable mentions is Baby Steps. This one is a very goofy physics game where you're playing as a dude who sits on his mom's couch for his life and then gets sucked into, I guess, a video game or wherever, but very manual sim where you have to control the limbs and walk this guy and he just falls on his face and everything the entire time. This one looks goofy and fun. And the last one I have is Discounty, which as much as I just gassed about Moonlighter for running a shop, it's basically the Moonlighter part of the shopkeeping part of Moonlighter. You open the shop, people buy stuff, you establish it, you grow. I felt bad because last year I wanted to make a video that was top 10 games I follow on Twitter that you probably haven't heard about. And Discounting was the thumbnail game. That's the one I was most excited to talk about. And that video just got away from me. Then we got to Blue Sky. Now I've been planning a Blue Sky video and I don't know if Discounting's on Blue Sky. I don't know if I follow him, so I got to find out. But yeah, Discounting looks really cool. I'm very excited for that one. Again, in the casual type space, I'm yeah, this is gonna be a vibe.
Absolutely.
Just please don't release near Moonlighter because I'm sorry, you will lose that fight. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah. What I really like about our lists is that neither of us have Silksong on there. And neither of us and neither of us has the 1.0 release of Hades 2.
Oh, okay. To be fair, I figured Hades, you know, people are gonna love it. Yeah, okay. Let me pump my brakes. Here's what I did. Right. I won't say I intentionally left them off. Okay. But I guess I was also just like, what are the new games this year? So maybe that's why I didn't include Hades and Beastie Ball. Because realistically, Beastie Ball would be on here too. Because even as I still have to finish it, but even as complete as that one feels, I know it's going to get better. Hades, I'm still excited to play more. Add Ares, you cowards. Give me Ares. And you're right. I did not put Silksong on here. Yikes. Oh no. Oh man, shit. We're in the air. We'll see if it comes out. It has to, right? It's the air. It has to be Silksong. Oh no. Neither of us put Silksong in here. Shit. Sorry, Team Cherry. I'd still love some review codes if we can get them. Oh man, but those are our most anticipated games for 2025, so please let us know which games you're looking forward to. I'll timestamp that. We can immediately get into what we've been playing, because let me tell you, we've been playing some games. Topher, you want to start?
Sure. I'm gonna make this a bit shorter than I originally planned.
Okay.
Because since we're already pretty deep into the episode.
Yeah.
But I spent most of my holiday season playing Fields of Mistria. I am about 30 hours in, and I've basically gone through all of the content that the early access release currently has to offer.
Okay.
It's a blast. I already mentioned before that compared to something like Coral Island, the world of Mistria feels a bit more compact and more manageable for me. As a former Stardew Valley addict, I had been searching for something to scratch that particular itch once again, but something new. Coral Island came close, but was too overwhelming with the amount of content that was there. And this game just feels perfect. Like, gameplay feels like a natural evolution of what Stardew did, with the controls handling more smoothly, and there being an actual jump button.
Let's go!
Amazing for this kind of game.
I need a jump.
But yeah, the writing is on point. The visual style of the game is adorable. The music is excellent. It's not yet on Stardew's level, I think, but at the same time, I do find myself humming the Saturday Market theme quite often. And the characters are all very interesting.
They're really hot.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also a magic element to this game.
Okay.
To give it another edge compared to the likes of Coral Island. At first, I could make it rain on my farm or heal myself, but in the end, I was riding a mystical horse for some reason.
Hell yeah.
I could just summon out of nowhere, but it's fucking cool. I'm very curious to see how much more content will follow throughout the game's time in early access, but it already feels really polished. It can sit proudly in that category of early access games that feel like they're practically done, similar to like something like Hades 2. And I'm just hoping that we get another big update soon, because I'm suffering withdrawal symptoms as we speak.
Yeah, I was telling you before, I have the game installed. I've launched it twice to be like, all right, time to, oh shoot, I gotta do a thing. Fuck, and then turn it off. So like, my Steam clock probably says I have like a minute on this game, a minute or less, and I haven't played yet, and I keep seeing it, and I'm like, fuck, I need to play Fields of Mystery, and I'm very excited. Like the vibe is there. As someone who doesn't dig Stardew like that, like Fields of Mystery looks like a vibe, and I'm so ready for it. Oh, it got 2024's patch game of the year. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it did.
Let's go.
I was surprised because it was an early access game.
Yeah.
But
patch got their own rules. You know, they ain't no Playlog podcast. We ain't about that early access shit. But no, like you were saying with early access, right? And I forget if this was even early episode or was before. What we were talking about, like the stigma of early access, right? Like this game comes out, it's not complete, we're expected to pay for it, blah 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 blah. But like we're progressively seeing these games that are more like closer to content complete. With Fields of Mistria, Hades, Beastie Ball. I haven't dived into the full thing of Trash Goblins, I think you said that does have like a finality. There's not like a complete set, but like even just the first 3, like these games are like done, and we're just like we're finishing assets or doing those things, which I enjoy because I think it gives the option of like, hey, the game's out, you can play it. There isn't like a, hey, you beat the second boss, thanks for checking it out, see you later, loser. Like there's some cool shit in here. So seeing that Fields of Mystery is so content full is really great. And I'm hoping that becomes more of the stigma, sounds negative, but we'll say more of the stigma of early access games is they are fairly complete. And if our complaint is that the game's not out, but it's basically done, then I think that's a terrible thing to complain about.
That's true. Yeah, the thing is here that gameplay feels the way it should in a full game. And okay, there's content missing. Like you can get all of your relationships up to 10 hearts. And at the moment, the four heart event is the last event that you can get with any character. So they still have to like get that into the game. The same with the cave system. You can go down almost halfway through, and then it just says you'll have to wait to dig deeper. Got it. The same with the town progression. I'm up to a certain level now, and it says like you'll get more missions to upgrade the town even more in the future. I'm like, this is cool. I'm gonna put this game away now, and when the next update drops, I'll be there.
Be back to my town. Hell yeah, that's great. All right, who we flirting with the most? Who's the one? Who's our couple in this game, Topher?
Oh, I have a couple.
Oh no, polygamy! Yeah. How could you?
There's the girl who helps her parents run the tavern.
Is that Raina?
I forget her name right now.
The black girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was.
And then there's also the purple-haired goddess.
Juniper, Jupiter.
Yeah,
she's fine.
Juniper.
Fuck. I know she's the one I'm going after, Doc. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she's really like, she looks down on everyone in the town.
Good. At
the start of the game.
Good.
But like, I mean, she could step on me. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's over. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. It's gonna be one of them. I keep saying like, I can't wait to get to it. I can't wait, and then like, there'll just be the weekend when I finally click in. I'm like, okay, all right. We're in. Yeah. We're in the game. Good deal. Bet.
You're gonna have a blast.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Let me see. All right, let me take the reins here because I want to talk about Batography. Batography. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, viewers. I don't know what I was watching while I was playing this game, but it was a bunch of people cackling, so I apologize. They just heard. I don't know what I was watching, but
I'm guessing it was kind of funny.
It honestly, yep, that's exactly what it was. You know exactly what it was? Is that Kind of Funny put out a tweet where they were recording an episode and Andy went to drink some water and he like choked on it. It was like, and they just started making fun of him for it. And that's exactly what the clip was. You knew me too well. Exactly what it was. But no, I received a key for Batography. The game comes out on the 29th of this month, so there is no embargo. I can tell you guys about it right now. Batography is very like Toem coded in like a much simpler way. You essentially are playing as this little bat. You get a camera. Let me go here. And I don't know why I stand on right, and I love the visual style. It's like it's like all a black silhouette, and the characters are defined by like their eyes or some of their facial features with distinct colors. And your elder bat's just like, hey, get my camera, take some pictures, have a good time. And the way you explore this world is you'll take a picture of something. God, all this footage from the beginning of the fucking game. You'll like walk up to this cat, right? And they're just like, the telephone wire's down. I can't fix it because I don't have the password. So you run to the other side of the map. There's another telephone wire that has like the password on it. You take a picture of it, take it back to this cat, and they're like, oh, okay, I can fix it. That'll fix the electricity on the other side of the map so you can go do that. Once you get over there, you find someone who's like, I'm the trash man. I'm tired of cleaning up. Good thing the town's all clean. They're like, what do you mean there's trash on the east side of town? That can't be correct. You go take a picture of the trash, come back. You're like, oh, you're right. I guess I should go clean that. Unlocks the new area. Essentially, this game is run to the left, take a picture, run to the right, take a picture, do that again until you beat it. Okay. This game is really cozy and really fun. Again, the like Toem vibes had me in from the get-go when I got the email about it. And they basically sent me this code almost instantly. They were like, hey, we're giving out keys for Batography. I'm like, I'd like one. Like 10 minutes later, I had the key. I'm like, bet, I'm playing this tonight. The game is probably it probably took me about 30 minutes to beat. I'd say you could probably knock it out in like 10, 15. It's not very long. It's weird because I don't want to sound like a complaint. It is a very short game. From what we looked at, it's going to be free when it drops at the end of the month, which I think is great because I came in ready to be like, the price of this is going to vary. Like I'm like $1, I could totally see it. $3 might be pushing it, but we'll see. Anything above that, I'm like, that's really going to be like, if you think you're going to love this, then I say go for it. But yeah, I don't think more than $3 would be for just the time investment and how little you get out of it. I think is an important thing to note just because I always want to keep in mind, I know I get a lot of games for free, so I want to keep that like, people have to pay for games type, mindset. But yeah, I think this game is super pretty. I love the style they went with it. It's super relaxing. I would love to see them updated, or if we get a Batography 2, that it's a much more fleshed out thing of here's this story, you finish this town, go to the next one, take more pictures, solve more things, help more people. Like I want to see this expanded to something bigger. I think that could be really cool. This is a very chill afternoon. I would say like your mileage is going to vary. There's not much you can do. There's like the 7 or 8 pictures you have to take to progress. I guess you could wander around and take more pictures, but there's not like a photo mode that you can like, I guess you could screenshot. You can't like save and be like, oh yes, I completed Batography. Like I did more things. I found things to do. Like it's fair. Like I don't even say pretty. It is linear. It's that. And here you're just watching me struggle to climb across a fucking zip line. I'm like, God damn it, fucking crime. But yeah, it's adorable. It's really fun. I want to see more. I think how short it is like at first a free game. Can't complain. I can't complain about a free game being like 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, I would love to see more out of it. I would love to see this evolve into more.
This is a developer that I'm going to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were they called again? Let me check.
It is I forget. I played this game in like a day.
Fork Tank.
Yes. Yeah, and like I when you finish the game, they give you like let me see if I even have it here. This is you figuring out the game, Fly to the Moon. Yeah, they're like, hey, happy Lunar New Year, here you go. And then they give you like a QR code for their next game. Which we pulled up earlier and I forget. It's some with a duck.
Rita,
yeah. Which also looks cool. That's a more 3D platform one, not one I've played. I think the demo was out. I forget what they were advertising out of it, but no, Batography is a great like prototype. I think when it comes out, I suggest people play it. I think they'll like just enjoy a quick little like cozy knockout. I can see Let's Players be like, oh, let's play this game real quick. Short, quick video. Not a lot of editing required, guys. Knock that shit out. It's free content. But yeah, I hope this evolves into something bigger because like if we get a Batography 2 that is a more fleshed out version of this, same art style. I don't want the art style to change at all. I love what this is. This is beautiful. I love it. I just want more to do. So
yeah.
But yeah,
I see. It's made. It was made in the Godot Wild Jam.
No shit. Okay.
It actually won an award for that jam.
Deservedly so. Game's great. Game's cool. Batography, people, check it out. Drops later this month on Steam.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me see. You got another one here.
Yes.
Let me pull this one up on Steam.
I do.
Go ahead. Tell me all about it.
It's called OMG Words.
Okay.
So basically, if you like Scrabble and you like Balatro,
oh no,
then do I have a game for you? There's not that much more that I can say about this game, to be honest. It does exactly as I described, and it does it well. The game isn't as polished as something as Balatro, with the visuals often being a bit crude and transitions feeling a bit clumsy. But as a game, like the idea behind it works really well. Make words to beat scores, use boons to craft multiplier tiles on the board. It's basically the gameplay from Balatro, but mixed with Scrabble.
Yes,
I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on this to see if it gets updates. in the future, because the base game holds so much promise, and I'd love for the game to become a bit more polished so that it finds a bigger audience. Because at the moment, it's I think it has like 10 reviews or something.
Okay.
Maybe the price is a bit steep. I think it's about $10.
I think it's like 8 right now on like launch sale or whatever it is there.
Yeah. And maybe that's a bit steep for people because of the lack of polish. I don't know. And I know I might seem a bit harsh in what I'm saying here, but it's because I believe in the concept of the game.
Right.
And I really hope that the dev, I think it's a solo dev, that they manage to get this to the next level, because this could be really addictive.
Yeah, I could totally see it. Like, I'm already like ready to jump in. What does the fail state look like in this? Like, Blacho's like, you didn't hit the goal, right? Is there? I'm like scanning the screen. Okay, so it's like score 4,000. It's the same thing.
Right?
Okay.
You have to get a certain score. Yeah.
Okay. Bet. Yeah, I'm super interested. This is another like, I did like Blacho, so why wouldn't I like this? So is it just that, yeah, like I've played Scrabble once, is it just that familiar where it doesn't quite feel like each round's different, or like the boon's unique enough that it, like, where does it feel like you want to stop because you're not getting enough of XYZ?
It's like the boons are interesting. I haven't made that much use of them actually, because I wanted to see how far I could get without using boons.
Yeah.
In my first playthrough. But they come in handy once you get the wrong letters to do a lot with, because in Balatro you can select like up to 5 cards to discard.
Right.
But in this game you only get one letter to discard.
Okay.
And that's maybe too little.
Okay.
You know, too few. But still, it's a challenge, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna be playing it more. I just hope that like they could like up the polish a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. Yeah. I mean, this looks like a lot of fun. You said, yeah. So right now it's 15% off until. Oh, there's not a date on there, is there? No, it ends in 20 hours. So listen, by the time this video's out, if you're watching right away, it might still be on sale. I'm saying. Yeah, no, I think this looks cool. I'm definitely on my radar now. Let me put that on the wish list, because I think that looks like a lot of fun. Love me new Balatro like games.
It is.
Let's see here.
What else have you been playing?
I finally started playing Immortality. So anyone who's not familiar, Immortality is this. I looked at Immortality and I got a bunch about like actual. I'm like, nope, that's not what I want. I want the game. So it is a Sam Barlow game. It is this, you are following the story of Marissa Marcel, who is in the game. She's an actor who has starred in 3 major motion pictures. And you are piecemealing all these, like, behind the scenes, the first movie, second movie, third movie, and seeing like what she's been through. Like, the whole game starts with like a very Jimmy Fallon, Conan-esque like interview. The first thing I'm like, I don't like this host. This host, like, he makes a joke about like, oh, at least you're it looks like you're smarter than you look. I'm kidding. I mean, like, okay, well, this guy's a little sleazy. But yeah, so essentially you're like going through the story of these 3 different movies and piecing them together. And as you watch a clip, you can pause, you can kind of skim back and forth and zoom in and click on something, which will take you to like an entirely different scene. So like sometimes you'll click on a side character, which will introduce you to like, this is when we were doing a table read. And from there you can click on the director, which will take you to like a scene in the trailer when she was doing one or the other. And I at first was having a hard time like finding my traction with it. Like, why am I liking this game? What am I into? And then eventually I was like, okay, hold on, wait. So we saw this. I think I'm most invested in her third movie, which is this very like Parent Trap. She plays the 2 main characters, and like one's replacing herself in a movie type deal, but the one can't swim. So like she calls her in a moment of emergency. I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm seeing this. So I'm really invested in what's happening in the third movie. So every time I get a clip for the first movie, which is very like classic, like an old time movie of like this woman disguised herself. She can go to like hang out with the monks, and they're like, a woman? You can't be here. And I'm like, I'm less interested in this one. Also, that one has the most like fucking nudity, and didn't realize there was nudity in it. And I'm trying to stream, and this one chick just like booby. I'm like, no, stop, wait. So I had to, quickly skip through that. But I'm digging it. I want to. I don't know if I'm gonna stream any more of it. I obviously because nipples, and I don't want to get my account taken away from Twitch. I don't know how fun it is to watch someone play. It's almost like just watching. Like on TikTok when you're skimming through and someone puts like a 45-second clip from a movie, and then later you find a part that took place before it, and then 2 days later you find a part that takes place after. Yeah. It's one of those kind of things I feel like when you're watching it, but also playing it. But no, it's chill. I would like to get back and finish it. Thanks to Dave for gifting it to me for Christmas. That's not I received this gift for review, but yeah, I'm digging it. It's a cool game.
Cool. I haven't I know of Sam Barlow and his games.
Yeah.
But I've also heard people talk about how he's not the best writer.
Okay.
That the concept of the games is cooler than the actual story of the game. Possibly. That might be from hypercritical people, I don't know, but
it could be. I can't say I'm like a professional, like, oh, actually, narratively, this is dog ass. Like, I've had no problem with Immortality. I've said repeatedly, I'm like, if these 3 movies existed, I can go watch just these 3 movies. I definitely would watch 2 and 3. I don't think I would watch 1. I'm the least interested whenever I see it looks like the Catholic halls and everything show up. I'm like, I'm not in this one. I'm just letting it play so I can find something new that I can click on and hopefully take me to like a future movie. But the second movie is this like detective thing where they're trying to solve like a murder. And some of it are actually movie scenes. A lot of them are like behind the scenes where you get to watch them say action, cut, like marker and everything, see the thing play out. The actors interact with one another. But yeah, I want to see more unfold. And if I can watch second and third movie, like start to finish, I'm sure I'd be invested, but we'll have to see if parts of them even exist, but
okay.
Yeah. Immortality.
Cool.
So anywho's Azzles, up to you now. What you got? Ooh, here we go. We talked about it during upcoming, but now we can talk a little more about the actual gameplay.
Yes, I played the demo for Squeakross.
Hell yeah.
So as you might notice from the previous 2 games I mentioned, I've been keeping it cozy during the holidays.
As we do.
Chill farming, a board game inspired roguelike, and now a nonogram game where you play to unlock cute furniture for your new rodent friend. It's all a bit wholesome.
We dig it.
Yeah. I always love nonogram games. Even if they're not that well made, nonograms are just they soothe my brain. And video games, there are tons of video games that use nonograms.
Yeah.
The best game for me that used this mechanic before has been Murder by Numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is a visual novel where you solve a murder mystery by doing nonogram puzzles. Which sounds weird, but it was glorious. And now we finally might have a game that is as addictive as Murder by Numbers was. So as I mentioned before, you create a little rodent friend who moves into their own place. And you play nonogram puzzles to unlock furniture and clothes for the little fella. You get to choose where to put everything and get to watch your friend interact with all these new things. Like clicking on every piece of furniture will get a different interaction from your little rat friend.
I love that. The little animations, those are great. I love when they do all that. The extra little detail of just like, oh, we got the cabinet. Time to pick out a DVD for tonight. Yeah, that's really cool.
I had like an electric appliance in my little building, and I clicked it, and he got zapped by it.
Oh no.
But yeah.
So when you're go for it. Yeah, I was gonna ask a question about the constructing part, but go for it if you had other thoughts.
I was just gonna say that in turn your rodent friend helps you out with puzzles when you get stuck.
Oh, good, because I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. I know I'm bad at these puzzles. Do you have free reign to decorate the house, or is it like this is a prefabbed house? When you make the chair's gonna land in this spot. You know it's where the chair is gonna go, or is it more on the Animal Crossing side where I can I'm gonna put the table and the chair and the fridge and the.
you get to decorate to your heart's wishes. Yeah.
Cool. That I was like, that's probably the thing. I'm like, ooh, this looks fun. This little home decorating stuff here. I'm into it.
Like the cool thing is, like at the start of the demo, you have I think 7 different puzzles, and each puzzle is a type of furniture.
Okay.
So when you solve a puzzle, you get that type of furniture, but you just get it in like this basic wooden look.
Okay.
And then after you've solved all of the puzzles on one page, you can then go back to the same pieces of furniture, but solve new puzzles so you can unlock new colors for everything.
Okay.
Ooh. And in that way, you can really make your buddies place something of their own. Like you can truly make it unique. And the demo, like I said before, I'm 5 hours in and I'm still not done. So they're really being generous with the amount of gameplay you get here.
Which just makes you question how much will be there for like the full thing, right? Like how much content would it be? I can see like the Christmas and the Valentine's updates of like, there's new heart furniture, there's new Christmas trees. Like I can just see that stuff existing, right? That's cool.
Oh, and I didn't mention it's not just furniture. You also get to unlock clothes. Like tiny little hats.
I see like a little donut. That's really cool. This looks great. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, the pit cross, the nonogram puzzles, like not something I think would normally be like I would lean to, but I'm definitely into the house decorating part. I think that looks fun, and then that makes me a little more excited to try the puzzle part. I'm like, okay, let's give it a go. Let me make Ratatouille in here and see what's going down.
Yeah. Maybe you should give the demo a try.
I'm gonna have to. I guess I got a lot of mouse demos tonight. We got Winter Burrow. We got Squeakross. 2025 is the year of the mouse, baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure it's actually the year of something else, but oh boy, oh boy.
Tell me about your final game.
I will. So I actually got a key for this playtest later into the year last year. It was probably somewhere like end of November, early December. The game is called Inayah, Life After Gods. It is a Metroidvania. I felt bad because I was like, hey, did you make any coverage yet? I'm like, I haven't. I've just been clocked in on end of the year stuff. Like I will. So last night I hopped in. I want to give it a chance to play it. So you are playing as Inayah. It is this action platformer, again, Metroidvania. So you're exploring the map, finding new areas, new locations. I love the style of this game. It's got this like, I immediately think of the DLC for Doom 2016. There was like this Ancient Gods DLC that had these like marble-esque angel-looking characters. It has that vibe. A lot of white, silvers, and golds, and then whatever like foliage grows on it. So the greens, there's some plant enemies. They're like purples and pinks. So very clean, but then like dystopian clean vibe to it.
Yeah.
Essentially, if anyone hasn't played a Metroidvania, you go this way on the map, find the thing you're looking for. Oh, that's a dead end. I can't go that way, so I gotta go backtrack the other way until I get an upgrade. To start, my first complaint was the combat wasn't feeling great because they start by saying like, hey, you can punch with X, but it was one of those ones where like you basically everything stopped. You couldn't walk forward and swing. It was walk, 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 swing. Walk, 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 swing. I'm like, ooh, that feels like very antiquated. That is basically, that's just unarmed. That's before you find a weapon. So I was like, okay, good to know it doesn't feel like that. Once you find one of the little armory rooms, you get your choice of a weapon. There's like blades, there's fists, and there's like a flail type deal. You get to pick one. So when you start, you get this weapon, which has like 6 skills to it. And then as you progress, you can unlock the others. So I started with the blades. They give you a little training dummy. You can practice. The blades are just like the fastest for combat. There wasn't as much combat as I was expecting, at least in the demo here. So I was like, maybe I should have went with the flail instead. I still like the blades the most. I think that was my favorite like item. But as I was progressing, I found myself in the spot that I think most people when you play Metroidvanias are. Like, I just don't know where to progress in this demo right now. I think I've explored as much as I can. It is one of those things where like this one has a concrete wall that I can't break. I assume I need an upgrade for that, or part of my kit does that, and I just don't know what it is, and I don't have it yet. But but I go down, go to this door. It's a locked door that I need like a key card for. I can't get in. So I can't tell if there's just one spot left I need to go to and I just haven't found it. I haven't checked it out. But right now it feels like I'm stopped. I feel like I can't progress right now. So I don't know if that is like there's not enough detail to tell me where I need to go. I have mission objectives, or like go to this room, go to that room, go find this thing, but that's not enough for me. I don't know where I need to end up, or like if I go to those rooms, the door's locked. I can't get in because I don't have whatever power up I need. So it's a little confusing where I'm at. I'd like to see the playtest through to the end, but I currently don't have that accessibility, that option.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I could either find that or get a little more like direction. Because like you find this boss, he's a cool plant monster. You beat him like half to death, and he puts up like big plant armor that you can't break through. So you have an objective to go upgrade yourself to do that. But that is a room that I currently can't get access to because I can't like climb to the space to get it. So I need another upgrade to get up there, and I don't know what to find or where to go to get that upgrade. So on it. The other thing is I feel like the dialogue is a little impersonal right now. I would say like as I start it, the dialogue is like the bottom of the screen turns black and text shows up. There might be VO. I won't lie. I was watching a show while I was listening. I had it turned down a little bit, so I didn't hear any conversation if there is any. But like cutscenes will start, right? Where the two characters will sit there and a line sometimes you can skip, most of the times you can't. You just got to kind of let it play through or skip the whole thing. And some of those lines of dialogue will sit on the screen for like 8 seconds, which is long. So like I'll sit here and I'm not a fast reader, but I'll read dialogue and be like, okay, the god said this. Next line, please. Okay, finally it loaded. Okay, yeah, well, this is what happened. Okay, got it. Still waiting for the next line to load. So it takes a minute. I'm like, it's a little slow for me. I think that could be fixed with, they have character art here. If they go the visual novel or RPG route of like, put the image of the character on the left side or the right side of the screen and put the dialogue right where it's at, like just so it feels a little more like there's something going on, not just me like, it'll basically be a still of the screen with just black box at the bottom so I can read, which it just felt really slow. I felt like I just wasn't engaged in the story because it was like subtitles on any other show. Like I pay attention to those where I need to understand, but when it is the only thing I'm meant to focus on, it felt really dull. So I wouldn't mind that being innovated on a little bit, but I do like the combat. I do like the visuals. Everything I've seen so far is very samey. I'm hoping as you explore, there's more variety. So like you see here, I beat the boss and I unlocked the fist, and now I have 2 weapons, but I still don't have the third, which I need for some more traversal. But yeah, really cool idea and concept. I don't know if this one has any kind of concrete date or anything. I just like to see some more improvements on some of the dialogue and a little bit more exploration because I'm completely lost right now. I have no idea where I need to go next.
The Steam page says available Q1 2025 on PC.
Okay.
With consoles to follow at a later stage.
Got it. Then it sounds like this will probably be pretty concrete to what it's going to end up being. I probably won't change much before launch. But yeah, those would probably be some of the insights I'd have if we're going to talk like post-launch improvements. Because I definitely feel lost in some areas that I think I could feel more comfortable in. I just don't have that right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious to see if it'll be able to stand out in like, I think it's another packed field of Metroidvanias in 2025.
Yeah, there's a lot. And like even like I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh god, what even could I think to compare it to right now? Like what are the Metroidvanias? But even standing out against like other, like this is a popular Metroidvania. Like the amount of people I know are just go replay Dead Cells, right? Because it's the Metroidvania / roguelike, and I want to see this one get some love. I really do like the style, and like the enemies are cool. Like there's these plant ones. Like these guys are bitches, but they like put their tentacles in the ground and will just spawn tentacles and start smacking you around from wherever. So you have to find like the root and then beat them up. I found the habit if I just jump on top and I just like smack, do like the Shovel Knight like down move. I'm like, cool, they can't hurt me now. But that takes long because you do less damage that way. So I'm like, but at least I won't get hurt. So I don't worry about it. But it's clean. There's a lot of like promise here. But yeah, I think as I sit and think, probably the dialogue would be my biggest, like, please like clean that up just a little bit because it feels so impersonal and so irrelevant that I feel like I should just hit skip because it's so nothing on the screen. but I always hate skipping cutscenes unless I've watched them before. So it feels like a sin to do that. But it feels like it's all I can do because the dialogue takes so long to just progress.
That's a shame.
Yeah. But yeah, Inayah, currently coming out Q1 2025. So if it looks cool to you, wishlist it and check it out.
Yeah.
Baller. I closed my doc now. Here's the doc. Alrighty. Hey, so that's what we've been playing. Let me know what you guys have been playing in the comments. We know we're going long, so let's try and speed this up a little bit. Now let's talk about the indie games releasing this week. This is for the week of January 9th through January 15th. We're talking Reviver on January 9th for PC, the Rangers in the South on January 9th for PC, S4U City Punk 2. Oh God, here's a name. S4U City Punk 2011 and Love Punch coming on January 9th for PC. Unless on January 10th for PC. Final Night on January 13th for PC and Early Access. Rogue Hex on January 13th for PC and Early Access. Airborne Empire January 13th for PC and Early Access. Dreaming Isles on January 13th for PC. Threehold Reticle on January 14th for PC. Hyperlight Breakers on January 14th for PC and Early Access. And Aloft on January 15th for PC. Any of those screaming to you?
There's a couple that I might be interested in, but none that really scream for my attention right now.
Yeah, I know.
I think Hyper Light Breaker is probably going to be the standout for this week.
Yep, definitely the biggest one on this list. I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm still working on my January video. I'm hoping to have it out next week, just with Game of the Year stuff. It got delayed. I know I recently added S4U City Punk. I think it looks cool. I can't quite remember everything off the top of my head of what it was. I think it was like a RPGS cute anime thing going on, but that's one that's on my radar. But the rest, I think I've received some emails about Airborne Empire, but I don't think it was my cup of tea, so I didn't really harp on too much. If you're interested, I might be able to get a key. I don't know. But yeah, so those are the games come out this week. Let us know if you guys are looking forward to those. And now we are back to our viewer favorite indie game, but again, no write-ins yet. So this is the part we're going to spotlight a dope upcoming indie game or one that's already out that needs some more spotlight. And Topher, it's your week, so I want to take a nap.
Yes. I adore We Are OFK. This is a game that was released in August of 2022. It released in 5 separate episodes.
Yep.
Because this is the story of a band trying to make it in, I guess, Los Angeles. And this is the beginning of the band. The game came with a 5-song EP. And each song belonged to one episode of the game. It's filled with lots of drama. If you like kind of the teenage angst that something like Life is Strange brings, but without the supernatural stuff, then you're gonna love this. It plays mostly like a visual novel. You choose some dialogue options, but this game is all about a word that Danny has used plenty of times today: the vibes.
The vibes, baby.
Yeah. The music is like this excellent dream pop that I really love. I remember the game coming out in August, and by the end of the year, all 5 songs of the EP were on top of my Spotify Wrapped for that year. So in only 4 months, I had listened to those more than anything else that year. It's made by Teddy Deef, who people might know as one of the co-designers of Hyper Light Drifter, who also worked at Square Enix Montreal and Disney and Xbox.
It's everywhere. It's a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, this was a real passion project for them, and it's really good. Is it the most amazing story ever? No. But it's really good. It does really interesting character work. It has one joke that falls a little flat in the very first episode.
Okay.
Because you're like you basically have to choose between 2 mundane things, and the main character is like, this is like Sophie's Choice, which is, I don't know. Do you know that movie?
I don't. I know of it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Sophie's Choice is a movie all about, it's set in World War II, and it's about a mother who's trying to escape the Nazis with her 2 children, and at some time in the movie, she has to choose which one of her children to save. So then,
Honestly,
to make that into a joke about two mundane things, it felt a bit awkward. But if you can see past that and look at these beautiful pastels, the wonderful music, it's a vibe.
Yeah. I was a big fan. At the end of every chapter, there's like a music video mini game, right? Where the song plays, you get to kind of play through it, and like not anything that has like consequence. There's like collect the gems, and as the music plays, like it's not like you didn't collect enough gems, you lose. Like just something to play along with the music and interact with the music video. I know we streamed through this one. It was a 4-week event when it dropped. So like the first week they dropped episodes 1 and 2, and then each week after they dropped an episode, so you can get to experience it. So it wasn't like a Life is Strange of the past of like, we'll see you in 4 months for the next episode. It was all in the matter of a month. I know I was super high on chapters 1 and 2. I think it had a lot of drama. There was some spicy relationship stuff going on. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And then I feel like 3, 4, and 5 all were fine confined stories, but I feel like we established something that we never really got finality to or like really came back to, which kind of felt like my wind was let out of the sails a little bit in the latter half of the game. But the vibes, the music video, and everything else, I was still like super high on. I really dug it. So yeah, I think it's cool.
I'm just hoping that we get to see more of OFK, even if it's just music. But yeah, like at this moment, with the game being out for over 2 years, it has less than 250 reviews.
Damn.
So I don't see it happening, but you never know.
Yeah, if you guys have it, go review it on Steam. I know I have. I got it on PlayStation, so it's not like when I have like, oh, I can go review it quick. But oh, there's a big bundle. Hold on, $24 bundle that comes with the score and the EP and the game, guys. Hold on, that might be the move. Bet. But yeah, we were OFK. Cool game. Would recommend checking out and see if you like the story. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, at our 2.5-hour episode, it's time to cut the shit. We gotta move on, guys. We're done here. But that's what happens when you talk about like 40 fucking indie games in one episode. So here we are. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary friends, all alike, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Playlog. If you enjoyed, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're on audio services, leave that 5-star review. It helps. You only got to do it one time. It does the whole podcast. It tells you how great we freaking are. It helps more people find the show. Topher, if these little scrubbly beanies wanted to find you on the internet, where would they go?
They can find me through my link tree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word.
Hell yeah. And then, of course, you can stick around at CGDannyB on all the social media. TikTok for now. We might be losing it in a week. I don't know what's going on. We'll find out. Otherwise, YouTube and Twitter and Twitch are the place. It's not Twitter. Blue Sky. Blue Sky is better. YouTube, Twitch, and Blue Sky are the places to go. And Instagram, but yeah, that's for hot people.
Are you saying you're not hot?
I am.
Lies.
Oh, shucks. Thanks. I just needed the compliment. Another quick reminder, go play Hollow Knight. It's a fun game. We're reviewing it in a couple weeks here for the book club. And other than that, that's it. We're done. I'm going elsewhere. Bye.